10 फिर मैं घर वापस आ गया। और जब मैं वहाँ से चला हूँ करीब 9:15 और सो, तो ये शोभा जी और ये लोग सब अंदर जा रहे थे। आप कितने बजे आए थे?
9:20, 10 बजे निकल गए।
हाँ,
10 बजे निकल गया।
10 बजे वहाँ से वापस आए थे?
नहीं, वहाँ से चालू हुआ।
अच्छा, 10 बजे चालू है वहाँ से? मैं तब तक यहाँ पहुँच गया था, मैं जल्दी आ गया था 10 बजे।
So can you call Anuradha and tell her to approve? She's not approving. I'm getting it. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी। 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 जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा गोपी वल्लभ की जय। श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की जय। श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंह स्वामी प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। श्री निताई गौरांग भगवान की जय। इसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्रील गुरुदेव की जय। निताई गौर हरि प्रेमानंद हरि ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा करामह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपः कुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रये नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरद्विषे नमः। नमो ब्राह्मण्याय देवाय गौ ब्राह्मणाहिताय च जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामीनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयति गिरिं यत्कृपः तमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं श्रीपरमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्। ओम अपवित्रो पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थं गतोऽपि वा यत्स्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षं सह अभ्यन्तरं शुचिः। श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु। Hare Krishna. Thank you all for coming. So we're in third chapter, Karma Yoga. What I'll do is, we have taken quite some time actually. I have taken quite some time to go forward in this chapter. There was a lot of explanation about duty, there was a lot of explanation about devatas, there is a lot of explanation about our relation with the devatas. How do we live happily in this world in spite of leading a spiritual life, right? How do we lead happily in this world in spite of leading a material life also, in conjunction with all the devatas? That all was explained. So what I'll do is I'll just read the translations till verse number 15, so you all recollect where we are, and then from verse number 16 we'll continue. Arjuna said, "O Janardana, O Keshava, why do you want me to engage me in this ghastly warfare, if you think that intelligence is better than fruitive work?" So Arjuna is asking, why do you want me to fight? I can as well sit and do meditation. Text number 2. My intelligence is bewildered by your equivocal instructions. Therefore, please instruct me decisively which is most beneficial for me. Text number 3. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "O sinless Arjuna, I have already explained that there are two classes of men who try to realize the self. Some are inclined to understand by empirical, philosophical speculation, and others by devotional service." Meaning, there are some people who want to understand God with their own intelligence, analytical abilities, observation, seeking, all that. There are some people who accept who is God and they perform devotional service. As simple as that. Two kinds of people. Text number 4. Not merely by abstaining from work can one achieve freedom from reaction, nor by renunciation alone can one attain perfection. So Krishna is telling, by leaving everything, it doesn't mean that you'll achieve freedom from any karma. Even leaving some things will lead to karma. I gave an example. Somebody got a heart attack here, one doctor is sitting here. Because it's Sunday, it's holiday for him. So he's not treating the person who is getting heart attack. Will it give him bad karma or good karma? Bad karma. He's supposed to do his duty. That means, I want to become karma free doesn't mean I'll stop doing anything. You have to do what you're supposed to do. Whatever your dharma is, you're a family man, you're a sannyasi, you're a brahmachari, you are a responsible employee. You have to do your work. And that will relieve you from any of these reactions. Text number 5. Everyone is forced to act helplessly according to the qualities he has acquired from the modes of material nature. Therefore, no one can refrain from doing something even for a moment. So even if we think that we want to stop, we can't. Our nature doesn't allow us to stop. Right? Whether we are a Kshatriya, whether we are a Vaishya, whether we are a Brahmana, or whether we are Shudra. That nature that we have got, that we have acquired, that is predominant in us, we can't stop. Right? So Krishna is telling, please act. Don't try to artificially imitate some kind of renunciation or inactivity. Text number 6. One who restrains the senses of action, but whose mind dwells on sense objects, certainly deludes himself and is called a pretender. Here Krishna is taking a stick and is beating all those people who are trying to pretend themselves to be sadhus, or gurus, or sadgurus, or Vishwagurus. Like that they name themselves. But actually they are still attached to their senses. So what are those people called? Krishna is telling pretender. Mitha achara. Mithachara means pretender. Meaning he has something in his mind but externally is posing something else. Better not do that. If you have something in your mind, do that action. And employ all your actions in service of Krishna rather than trying to show something that you are not. Not easy, huh? Very, very heavy verse. I am still struggling in this department. Text 7. On the other hand, if a sincere person tries to control the active senses by mind and begins karma yoga in Krishna consciousness without attachment, he is by far superior. Meaning, instead of trying to sit in a samadhi under some hole and still trying to think about everything outside, better than that, come outside and do your work and offer that work to Krishna. Right? So Krishna is very clearly telling who is superior. Perform your prescribed duty. Text number 8. Perform your prescribed duty. For doing so is better than working. One cannot even maintain one's physical body without work. Again reiterating. Text 9. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed, otherwise work causes bondage in this material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction, and in that way you will always remain free from bondage. Tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samacharaha. Very important shloka. He's saying that do your work but offer it as sacrifice to Vishnu. Meaning, don't keep too many expectations out of it. I have to enjoy the results of this work also. Don't keep that expectation. Do your work. If you are maintaining a family, don't expect your wife to praise you. Don't expect your children to respect you. Do your duty as a father. Do your duty as a mother. Do your duty as a son. It's very difficult because we all have expectations. We want always some confirmation that whatever I'm doing is glorious. That is where the problem is. Right? Krishna is saying, do it for Vishnu's satisfaction. Do it for Krishna's satisfaction. Text number 10. In the beginning of creation, the Lord of all creatures sent forth generations of men and demigods along with sacrifices for Vishnu and blessed them by saying, be so happy by this yajna, sacrifice, because its performance will bestow upon you everything desirable for living happily and achieving liberation. So Krishna is telling, I've created a whole network. I've created a whole framework in which all you have to do is whatever you do, offer it to Vishnu and also be grateful to all the devatas who are supplying you everything. And devatas are also doing their karma. Exactly like you are doing your karma, devatas are also doing their karma. They also have been given jobs to do. Each one has a department and they are perfectly doing their department. So you have to be grateful when you use anything related to the department. How many of today morning looked at sun and did namaskara? If you're not done, can you do it now? Right? As simple as that. Don't take sun for granted. He is giving sunlight to us. Right? So this shloka is saying, do it for his satisfaction. At the same time, be grateful to all the devatas. Don't consider devatas as Bhagavan. There is a difference between devatas and Bhagavan. Devatas are serving the same Bhagavan. Just like we are all serving our parents, Devata's parent is Bhagavan. As simple as that. Right? And more about Devatas and Bhagavan will be explained in chapter number 7 as we go forward in Bhagavad Gita. Right? Is it wrong to worship Devatas? No. But is it wrong to think that they are equal to Bhagavan? Yes. Padma Puran says it's an offense. Just like, we telling constable and commissioner is same. Can you do that? When commissioner is standing, beside that when constable is standing, you go to the constable and tell, hey, because of you, whole city is saved. The constable, what is your problem? I lose my job. Don't do that. Commissioner is standing beside me. You tell me what I am supposed to do. What do you want? No. You are the, epitome in police department. Because of you, the entire police department is running. That constable run away. Exactly same thing will happen when you go in front of Ganeshji and tell, tum Bhagavan, tum kuch bhi ho. Ganeshji will run away. Say, what nonsense are you doing? Right? So devatas are very clear what they are. But when we mix them, thinking that they are same to your advantage, then there is a problem. Or what they'll do? They'll ask, what do you want? Tell me quickly what do you want? Unnecessarily don't praise me. Tell me what you want. Oh Lakshmi, they will give money. Take money. This go. How? Spend this money in Apollo hospital. Go. Right? Already according to your quota I have given. You are asking for more. Go spend in Star Hospital, Apollo, what are the Yashoda. Go. Spend. That's what happens when you take more quota. Right? So Krishna is saying, be grateful to Devatas. At the same time, be grateful to God. Understand what you have been given. There is a framework in which you can live happily. This is what I was saying in the beginning. You can live happily in this material world by being grateful and by paying your debts. Now, how many debts you are supposed to pay? Unlimited debts. Unlimited debts. Right? Even Prabhuji, I don't have any debts. I only have one home loan, one car loan. No, your body is a loan. Each organ is a loan. Every resource, Panchabhutas is a loan. There are so many loans for which you are supposed to pay. That is the reason you have to do worship. You have to do so many karma kandi worships. Right? You have to go this Devata, that Devata, this Mata, that Amma. Babas and Dabas don't come in this category. They are self-created gods. Forget about that. Devatas who are mentioned in Shastra. You can't go away from Vedic rituals. You can't. Prabhuji, I don't have time, Prabhuji. I am working in a software company. Obviously, Krishna knows about it. That is the reason he asked you to come to Satsang and chant Hare Krishna. Can you all chant once?
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
This is the easiest and simplest process to get rid of all debts. Because in the age of Kali Yuga, you can't do all these karma kanda rituals. You can't. Even if you want to do, you won't find brahmanas to do it properly. Even if brahmanas are coming and doing, you don't have proper attention to do that. And how many devatas are you supposed to satisfy? 3.3 crore devatas. That means you have to do 3.3 crore yajnas. 2 yajnas you do, people get, recently we were doing one yajna in the temple land. And I was asking my wife, when will this get over? How long will it go? Right? The Brahmana was making a stand, making a sit, making a stand, making a sit. I was like, you decide what you want to do. I'm not having patience to do one yajna properly. What yajna I'll do for 3.3 crore devatas? So instead of doing all that, do the highest yajna. What is that highest yajna? Harinama Sankirtana. In this age of Kali Yuga, all acharyas, Ramanacharya, Madhvacharya, Shankaracharya, Vishnu Swami, Baladev Vidyabhushan, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, all great acharyas, Srila Prabhupada, everybody have very clearly told that you can't do anything better than, in this age, you can't do anything better than chanting the names of God. Even that we are struggling to do. Even that we, like, my God, my mind goes everywhere. Hare Krishna, it's in office. Hare Krishna, it's in the car. Krishna, Krishna, I don't know where it is. Hare, Hare, my wife is scolding me. Hare Rama, I am thinking about my children's career. Hare Rama, some property dispute come. Rama, Rama, income tax notices come. Hare, Hare, I don't know what will happen to me. Where is your mind? Even that you can't do properly. But keep doing. By abhyasa, we can one day chant the pure name. We should not leave that endeavor. We should not leave that determination. Right? So, once again I'll read. In the beginning of creation, the Lord of all creatures sent forth generations of men and demigods, along with sacrifices for Vishnu, and blessed them by saying, be thou happy by this yajna, sacrifice, because its performance will bestow you everything desirable for living happily and achieving liberation. You can live happily also and achieve liberation also. Text 11. The demigods, being pleased by sacrifices, will also please you, and thus by cooperation between men and demigods, prosperity will rejoin for all. So when devatas are happy, you get good rains. When you get good rains, you get good grains. When you get good grains, you have good next generation. Right? When you have good next generation, you can lead a happy life, secured life. Right? So all these things are linked. Krishna is saying. Text number 12. In charge of various necessities of life, the demigods, being satisfied with the performance of yajna, sacrifice, will supply all necessities to you. But he who enjoys such gifts without offering them to the demigods in return is certainly a thief. Meaning, if somebody is ordering paneer butter masala and eating without saying pranam to cows, without saying pranam to that masala plants, he is a thief. You understand? Everything that you are enjoying in this world, if you are not reciprocating and thanking, you are a thief. And what happens if you are a thief? If you are caught as a thief, what happens? Jail. What is that jail? Kaulidoti. You are in jail right now. You think you are open right now? Prabhuji, I walked from what jail? That is jail. The jail of God doesn't have bars. The jail of God is so invisible that you are in the jail, but you don't know you are in the jail. And you are feeling good also. You are getting married in the jail. You are getting children in the jail. You are getting, building houses. And you are telling, hey, that cell is bigger than myself. That is 4-bedroom. Right? We are fools. We are in the jail, but we are thinking, we are on bail. I can go around anywhere I want. Right? But no, you are actually suffering. And the biggest jail is this body itself. The Gruha Pravesha is when you entered this body. That is Gruha Pravesha. Right? This is also kind of Gruha only. And now you are living inside this Gruha. And trying to decorate this Gruha. What is the use? This Gruha, even if you don't want, it is perishing day by day. It's going away. One day it will go away. So instead of focusing more and more on this Gruha, maintain this Gruha in such a way that it is useful vehicle for you to cross the cycle of birth and death. That's all. That's all, right? When you eat for your health, then you are healthy. When you eat for your tongue, then you are like me, fat and obese, right? You should not eat for your tongue. So in the same way, use your intelligence for the right purpose. God has given this intelligence for the right purpose. Don't try to misuse it for general things. We discussed many times about this, right? Let's go next. Text number 13. The devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food which is offered first for sacrifice. Others who prepare food for personal sense gratification, sense enjoyment, verily eat sin only. Verily eat only sin. Krishna. How heavy is Krishna on this? Right? So people are ordering whatever food in hotels. What are they eating? Papam. They are eating papam. How will the reaction come? Reaction will come. Why are we saying it's papam? Can anybody tell why it's papam? Why? We just discussed.
It's not offered.
It's not offered. Right? Why it has to be offered?
As a token of gratitude.
Gratitude and permission, Baba. It doesn't belong to you. Did you produce Kotmir, Dhania? Can you produce?
No.
Come on, somebody do. Dhania. Does it come like this? It can't come. Where does Dhania come from? Land. What do you put in the land to get Dhania? Seeds, right? Go and ask the international school students. If you ask where is Dhania come from, they'll come preach it's coming. That is what they're teaching. They don't even have any connection to land and nature. They don't know where is milk coming from. Where is milk coming from? Preach. Right? That's what children tell. One American boy told me that, we were playing with my children when I was in US, in Denver. And I brought some milk for my children while they were drinking in the backyard. So I asked that boy, you want to have some milk? He said, no. He said, no, I don't want to have milk. I said, you have milk? He said, yes. Where do you get the milk from? He said, fridge. Oh, baap, kya America hai? Kya sikha raha bachon ko? Right? We are also teaching the same thing in international IB syllabus. What are we teaching? Where does food come from? My father answered, it comes. Arey, everything is given by nature. When the nature stops giving, our software, artificial, nothing will work. Right? So we should understand, we should have gratitude. If we eat and consume things in this world, enjoy things of this world without paying gratitude to God, we are sinners. So what is Krishna telling? At least be grateful. Offer it to me, so I'll remove all the sin. Right? Aham tvam sarapapipi mokshashyami masucha. I'll remove all the sin. Don't worry. You have a body, you have to eat. Body needs. Jivo jivasya jivanam. You need to eat. You can't try to fake renunciation by not eating. You'll die. To maintain the body, you're supposed to eat. So when you are eating, you are taking from some other living entity. Right? There is a sin by removing from some other living entity, because that living entity also has a right to live. So I'll remove that sin. And try to be most non-violent in your choices. Right? Eat a fruit. Why to kill the tree? Right? Eat grains. What is already coming from the land. Right? When you have all the choice in the world, why are you trying to kill animals? There is no reason, no? These days, in LinkedIn, they post this one dog, somebody carrying a dog, somebody carrying a cat, somebody giving bread to some animal, somebody giving water to a bird. And 2,000 people write comments on it. Oh, beautiful, so compassionate, such a beautiful, touching video. I write one line there. Moral of the story, stop eating them. Immediately people, hey, what is this? So what kind of compassion is that? You are an animal activist. On lunch you are eating chicken biryani. What is the question of animal activism you are talking about? Where is the question of compassion and daya? On one side you are eating them, on one side you are caring for them. Right? So don't be a hypocrite. Don't be a hypocrite to yourself. Okay, you want to eat animals, you eat. Don't try to go and care them again. Wherever you go, whichever animal you see, eat. No problem. But don't try to go around and tell the world that I'm a very compassionate person. I love animals. I love birds. I'm caring for them. What caring you are doing? Right? You are feeding them on one day to cut their neck. There is a religion that celebrates festival also. Why one religion? All religions. On Sankranti, what do Hindus do? Killing all over the place. And saying that it's Sankranti. In Andhra, they do heavily. What is the point of doing a festival where you are showing such violence on the nature? No need to. And one fool will come. One ISB graduate, Harvard graduate will come. If you don't eat, there will be imbalance in the world. If you stop eating animals, there will be too many animals. Like this they'll talk. Foolishness. Sheer foolishness. Just to gratify this 3 inches of tongue. Is Krishna saying don't eat non-veg? There is not a single shloka in Bhagavad Gita which says don't eat non-veg. He's not saying don't eat non-veg. But he's saying be non-violent. Right? He's saying, offer it to me and have, which is offerable. He's saying there is tamoguna, rajoguna, sattoguna. Right? Raise yourself to sattva, where there is more compassion in you for others. You will not even remove a plant if it's not needed. Once Nakul and Sahadev became very angry on their brother because of them, on Yudhishthira Maharaj. Because of his playing the Dyudam, they were in the forest. They became very angry. They were going and taking the axe and they went to cut for firewood. They were supposed to pick up firewood. Meaning already dry wood they are supposed to pick up. They started going and they started hitting the plants with their axe. Immediately Yudhishthira came and said, hey, what are you doing? This land, these trees, they are the wealth of this Mother Earth. You can't just remove trees like that. Because you're angry, you can't show your anger on trees. Pick up the dry wood that is already fallen from the trees. That is all we need. Right? So in Mahabharata, such a simple incidental lesson is being given. That don't be violent. There is no reason to be violent. When you have so many choices. Right? So, we can avoid sin by following the rules of God and live peacefully, not only in this life, find peaceful next life also. But most intelligent people will not desire a next life. They will try to end this cycle of life, birth and death, and they will go back to Krishna. But at this point in Karma Yoga, Krishna is saying, perform the karma as per Shastra. Take guidance and perform karma. Right? Yeah, text number 14. Annad bhavati bhutani parjanyad anna sambhavaha yajnad bhavati parjanyo yajna karma samudbhavaha. All living bodies subsist on food grains which are produced from rains. Rains are produced by performance of yajna, sacrifice, and yajna is born of the prescribed duties. Right? Krishna is beautifully telling that where does the rains come from? Clouds. Why do the clouds come to your place? Because somebody is performing the right yajna here. What is the right yajna of Kaliba? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So you perform yajna. Rains will come. This was proven in 1971 or 72, I don't remember. When there was drought in the state of Telangana, then that time it was Andhra Pradesh, totally. And Chenna Reddy was the chief minister. They didn't know what to do. They were struggling. People were not having water. In the city was dry. People are fighting for a glass of water. Crops were, it's a history, it's recorded history. And Chenna Reddy wrote a letter to Srila Prabhupada. He knew that Prabhupada, there is a great Acharya who has come with his foreign disciples, is doing parikrama around India, is trying to establish dharma. At that time, Chief Minister wrote a letter. The letter is still there. He said, Swamiji, please come and do some yajna so that we will get rains. We are struggling. No government can do anything. No budget session can get rain. Rain has to be given. If rain doesn't come, what will you do? You can't do anything. And Srila Prabhupada told, okay, arrange for Sankirtana. There is a letter. Prabhupada wrote, arrange for Sankirtana, I am coming. With my disciples, I'll come, arrange for a big pandal in the parade grounds in Secunderabad. Huge pandal was kept. 10,000-15,000 people came. And Prabhupada came and did Sankirtan. While the Sankirtan was happening, the rain that didn't come for years, it poured like anything. And people are shocked. How did this rain come from? Annad bhavati bhutani parjanyad anna sambhavaha. Clearly it is being mentioned here. When you do yajna, the devatas are happy, that's when they'll give it. You are not doing the proper yajna. You are busy eating, mating, sleeping, defending. You are not doing any bhakti, no devotion, no gratitude. Why will they give? Right? The rains came. And then Chenna Reddy was so happy. And there was Pulla Reddy, he was one other famous person at that time. He gave land to Srila Prabhupada. He came, please take this land, Swamiji. Your Sankirtan is so powerful. We want these people in this land to understand, that such Sankirtan is very effective. Somebody, or make them just sleep. Just keep them. Air is coming. No, not old double. Yeah. All of them. Unnecessarily they will fall. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Yeah. You can keep it clear also. That's it. Hare Krishna. So Prabhuji and Mataji, we should understand that this world is not functioning by our intelligence, it is functioning by God's intelligence. That's the most important lesson we have to learn. Right? When we understand that, then we lead a life in such a way that God is happy and God's servants, Devatas, are also happy. And when they are all happy, we will also get proper grains, proper rains, proper health. All these things will be correct. Thank you. Okay, text number 15. Last week we did this. Regulated activities are prescribed in the Vedas, and Vedas are directly prescribed from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Consequently, the all-pervading transcendence is eternally situated in the acts of sacrifice. So here Krishna is saying that all the things that you are supposed to do are prescribed where? In Vedas. And who is the person who has written the Vedas? Krishna. Written by Vyasa, but revealed by Krishna. That we should remember, right? So last week we discussed on length, almost 2 hours we discussed why we cannot write Vedas. What is the speciality? That only God can write Vedas. Why God can only write Vedas? Does anyone remember the crux point?
He is the well-wisher.
He is the ultimate well-wisher. The person who is the well-wisher of all living entities can write Vedas. The person who is not well-wisher of even one living entity cannot write Vedas. Vedas means script of a mother. Right? And she will never write anything for the harm of her children. Only God can write Vedas. That's why people who write books and claim that I am writing Shastra are not, they are not Shastra. Shastra is given by God. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. It's given by Bhagavan only. Yes, I can write some commentaries on that. Right? The great Acharya is Ramanuja. He wrote Sri Bhashyam. That's very nice. He wrote commentary to explain us, to make us understand, easily understand with examples. He has written more commentary. That is good. But you can't claim that you have written a scripture. You can't write a Upanishad. You can't write a Itihasa. You can't write a Purana. You can't write a, many things, Aranyakas, whatever, Samhitas. You can't write. You can read them. They are revealed. You can tell Prabhu that Vedavyas wrote. Vedavyas wrote because he was revealed. And he compiled Vedavyas. Vedavyas didn't write all the Vedas. He compiled all the Vedas. All the Vedas are already there. Right? Actually, there was only one Veda. Rig Veda. That was divided into 4 Vedas. Why Vedavyas? He compiled it. He departmentalized it. So that right people can focus on the right Veda and try to take a proper scheme, proper syllabus to go up. Right? Okay. Now we'll go to text number 16. Might have. Great. Pass on to Prabhu.
एवं प्रवर्तितं चक्रं नानुवर्तयति यः अघायरिन्द्रियो रामो मोघं पार्थ स जीवति.
Translation and purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Please repeat after me. My dear Arjuna, one who does not follow in human life the cycle of sacrifice thus established by the Vedas certainly leads a life full of sin, living only for the satisfaction of the senses. Such a person lives in vain. Hare Krishna. If you read this sloka outside, they'll beat you. Right? What is Krishna telling? People who don't have time to understand Shastra and perform activities without guidance from Shastra, what are they performing? They are performing papam. They are performing sin. Can you go and tell this to Upsal? We will not tell. In Satsang we will discuss. Here, what are all of you? All of you are very special people. Because you woke up on Saturday morning, then you decided I have to learn something. And I have to learn something from God. So you come here. So you are really special people. But outside people, they get up in the morning and what do they think? They definitely don't think I have to learn something. What do they think? What to eat for breakfast? Huh? Where I should go so that people will praise me? How I can earn more money? Which relative is calling me? Which relative I have to call? Which friend is very good to me? Where to find more money? This is what they think, right? Huh? Those people are only performing sin. They are not leading a life for which it is given. Right? There is a purpose of this life. They are not performing anything like the purpose of this life. They don't care what is the purpose of life. So what is the result of that? What is the result of they not performing God prescribed activities?
Remain in present. You will remain in present.
Yeah, they'll remain in Golizoti. They'll remain in Tellapur. They'll again and again buy one villa. They'll again and again buy one flat. They'll again and again get married. They'll again and again study in school. They'll again and earn a lot of money. They'll again and have a lot of gold. You might be thinking, "Oh, ये तो अच्छा बात है. ये तो बात है." This is the secret. This is the secret. Before a goat is killed, it is fed. You know that? It is fed before it is killed. Nicely it is fed. Right? Even while killing a goat is, it's shown grass, it comes and eats the grass. Other side, that fellow is making it ready. Right? In the same way, when Maya wants to destroy us, it gives a nice job in Microsoft. Come. Appointment letter, come. Rara. It gives a nice house in my own Krishe. Rara. And what is Krishna thinking? Pagal. Last life also he did like this. This life also doing the same nonsense. बुद्धि ले रहा, अकल नहीं है क्या? घास खा रहा है क्या? You are dying. With every day your body is deteriorating. You are getting grey hair. Still you are not getting intelligence. Once Dasharatha he took bath and he was getting ready to go outside to the Rajya Sabha. He was standing in front of mirror. Suddenly he got shocked when he looked in the mirror. You know what he saw? One grey hair came here. One grey hair. And he was like, my God. Then he sat down. Then he decided, I think I have to retire now. Gamad Yankusna. Right? People are thinking it's funny, right? Today it's funny if we say something like this. By getting one grey hair, Dasharatha is thinking, I think death is coming. Indication of death. Grey hair is not a color. If you color it, doesn't mean you become young. Right? Grey hair means, Ichoda, Sav Dagar. Fool, death is coming towards you. Now become serious in spiritual life. Right? Material life teaches how to become young. Spiritual life teaches how to become wise even when you are young. How to become old in your thoughts even when you are young. That is spiritual life. What does material life teach? How to become young. So many old people, they'll be running in the morning, walking track, and they'll feel nice. I'm still running. I'm young. What is the use of that young? You're anyway going to die one day. Right? A young person, what will you think? I'm jogging, I'm walking, but then time is running. I have to raise my consciousness so that I don't come back here and again walk and jog. Right? I have to raise my consciousness so that I'll understand what's the purpose of life. Prabhuji and Mataji, spiritual life is a very, very, very urgent thing, not a relaxed thing. Very urgent. Real urgency is in spiritual life, not in material life. Spiritual life should be in a hurry. Come on, let me finish this business, let me get Krishna conscious as soon as possible because time is running. I don't have time. When Abhay Babu, who is our AC Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, he was in Calcutta, in Ulta Ganga Junction, and his friend Naren, he said, there is a sadhu, please come. Abhay Babu, there is a sadhu, please come, I'll take you there. And he said, no, I don't believe in any sadhus. I have seen many sadhus who come to my house. My father used to serve sadhus and they used to drink hookahs also. They are talking, all kinds of things. They eat all kinds of things. What sadhu you are talking? I don't believe in sadhus. He believed in sadhus, but he didn't believe in wrong sadhus. But he did not see a genuine sadhu. Then his friend took, no, you come. I heard this sadhu is very special. You please come. And he took him on the building, on the first floor. First or second, I don't remember. I think first floor only. Terrace. And there was sitting Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. He was sitting there, authoritative, Simha Guru, the Lion Guru. Sitting. Lion Guru means doesn't compromise on philosophy. He doesn't compromise, doesn't speak anything to please people. He will tell the truth as it is. He was sitting there and he was giving a discourse in many disciples. The person who established Gaudiya Math, 64 Gaudiya Maths around India, in a short span of time. He was sitting there and giving class. And as soon as he saw Abhay Babu entering, immediately he looked at him. Paramatma clearly told him, the person who is going to take Krishna consciousness throughout the world has just entered the aroma, just entered the stage. And it's a etiquette that when you go in front of sadhu, you pay pranam. So Abhay Babu was ready to do the pranam because he's been brought up in the right culture. Both he and his friend, they paid pranam. They kept their head on the floor and they were going to rise. While the head was rising, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj looked at Abhay Babu and said, you English speaking boys, why don't you take the teachings of Lord Chaitanya and Bhagavad Gita and preach around the world? Very good. Abhay Babu was shocked. What is this? This is the first time I'm meeting him. He's giving me instruction for life. He is a sadhu who is giving instruction for life. Whole life he told the mission. Why don't you take the message of Bhagavad Gita and teachings of Lord Chaitanya and go and preach around the world? He was shocked. And then, others were sitting down. Abhay Babu sat on a chair somewhere there, and then he was hearing from Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. The way he was propagating Krishna consciousness, he was shocked. And the heart of heart, Abhay Babu immediately felt that I found my Guru. The person who rejected so many sadhus, not seeing genuinity in them, the first vision of a Guru and hearing his vacha, Guru Mukha Padma Vakya, right? The words that is coming out of the Guru immediately told, I found my Guru, I found my mission of life. And then Prabhupada, Abhay Charan Babu was very famous for doing arguments. And he would win all arguments. In the college, nobody would come and argue with him. He will tell something, he'll argue, he'll win the argument also. So after the lecture, when Bhakti Siddhanta Goswami Maharaj said, any questions? Abhay Babu said, Sadhuji, I have a question. What is the point in talking about all this Bhagavad Gita when we did not get freedom also? We still are being ruled by the British people. What is the point in doing all this? I think we should do all this Bhagavad Gita teaching after we get freedom. And immediately, Bhakti Siddhanta Goswami Maharaj looked at Prabhupada, smiled and told a heavy answer. He said, all living entities are already shackled and so many people will come and govern you again and again. This planet is being governed by so many governments again and again. Somebody is invaded, another person invaded, another person. There is no end to such invasions. Krishna consciousness is the most urgent thing for a living entity. There is no freedom, no external freedom needed. As important as the freedom of the soul from this body, from the cycle of birth and death. This is the most important thing. And for the first time, Abhay Babu did not argue. He looked at his Guru and he just paid pranam. Said, wow, what an answer. Right? Direct, without any compromise. He was not telling answer to make him sit there. He told the answer that was needed. Guru never compromises on philosophy. If somebody comes and asks me, is eating non-veg good? What should I tell? No. No sir, you can eat, I can supply for you. I can tell you nice restaurants where you can go and eat. I don't eat, What is that kind of Guru called? Pretender. Pakhandi. Be truthful to yourself. Today's biggest problem in our Bharat is we are not truthful to ourselves. and we are not ready to tell the truth as it is. That is the biggest problem. At least after the governments have changed recently, people have become a little proud to call themselves Hindu. And now they are slowly trying to tell what we do also. Slowly they are telling, I did puja in the morning and I came home. I came outside. Now they are not a put tilak. Otherwise, we were brought to a stage where we don't even want to tell our identity. You are not truthful to yourself. The day every Hindu speaks the truth as it is, the whole India will change. One single day, I'm telling you, one single day. Be boldly tell what is right, what is wrong. Boldly tell, na? I'm not telling go and tell faults of everybody. But when you see anything wrong, and you have an opportunity to tell. There's nothing wrong. And most importantly, tell your children. Because that is the least you can influence in this world. Right? Tell your children. What is wrong is wrong. Jhoot bolna galat hai. Telling lies is wrong. Stealing is wrong. Disrespecting parents is wrong. Disrespecting elders is wrong. Disrespecting guru is wrong. Disrespecting shastra is wrong. It's wrong. And be clear on. No, I'll do, let him figure out. No, that is what has brought us here. Tell it. I won't agree. I won't accept. You understand it? The day we start being truthful to ourselves and don't hesitate to tell the truth to the others, entire country will change. I'm not giving it as a perfect example, but Israel. If anybody goes and speaks against the nation in Israel, you know what will happen? He's out of the country or out of his body. Finish. There is no discussion. You don't like Israel? They'll take his collar, take him to the border, open the gate, throw him outside. Go figure out a country where you want to go. Because they've realized, if we are not clear on what we want, what we need, who we are, we'll be killed. There are 8 surrounding nations with only one agenda, to kill them. How you are supposed to be? How you are supposed to be? Very determined, very clear. Otherwise you are gone. What is the biggest problem with Hindus? No clarity, no determination. No clarity, no helping others also. No helping others also. What will happen eventually? Jo katega, jo batega, wo katega. That's not a fake statement. It's truth, and it has happened many times. Many times in the history it has happened. Already. The greatest of the king was not brought down because of the strength of the enemy. It was because of the, cheating within. Cheating within. Bate. Jo bate, to kate. Right? We should be proud of who we are and we should tell it openly. I wear tilak and go to office. I don't mind. What is the problem? If one lady is wearing burqa and coming to office, she doesn't have a problem. I don't have a problem if wearing tilak and going. What is the problem? What is the problem if somebody says you are religious? Yes, I am religious. What is the problem in telling who you are? Don't try to maintain dual identities. That shows your weakness. Try to be who you are. Right? When you are a sportsman, don't you tell everybody I'm a sportsman? Right? You tell, right? When you're a celebrity, you tell you're a celebrity. When you're a devotee, tell you're a devotee. There's no problem. Right? We had a team meeting yesterday. I was forced to go because, I also am a kind of little leadership position in the office. And I said, we are going out for a restaurant. I said, okay. They said, you have to come. You never come, you have to come. I said, okay, I'll come. Then they said, okay, we'll order for you. I said, no, I'm not going to eat anything that you order. I'm very specific in what I eat because I don't eat anything, that is not offered to God. Because I follow Bhagavad Gita. Hey, you are being very religious. I am being what I am. One stupid fellow can ridicule you, but 9 out of 10 will respect you. Remember that. One stupid fellow will ridicule you, but 9 out of 10 people respect you. Because you are very clear on who you are. You're not forcing it on them. Did I tell you should not go to hotel? You're eating sin? I didn't tell all that. I am not going to eat. because this is my. Okay, what do you eat? I can eat fruits. And fruits also. First I'll chant, Om apavitro pavitro va sarva avastham gato piva smaret pundarikakya sahabhya abhyantaram suchi. Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu. Hey Vishnu, I am accepting this because I have nothing else to eat right now. I am doing it for a purpose. Right? Please, I am contaminated or I am good. In whatever situation I am, please accept me. Please accept this as a small offering, and I have it. That's not a license that you go and chant and eat every day. But when it is needed, you should know how to balance. You should know how to balance, very important thing. Make it practical. But when you are clear on what you are, you will be respected by everybody. In my office, none of the cakes come with egg. I don't have to tell now. They get an eggless cake only. And they come and tell me, sir, this cake is eggless. Right? Still, I don't choose to, because eggless cake, I'll eat half kg. No, not like that. For the pleasure of that person, little more, sir. Okay, thank you very much. You know what I'm saying? In my office, they are serving prasad every day. 100 people are eating prasad, every day. Why? Because some of them felt, if we order from anywhere else, this fellow will not eat. I said, let me introduce you to somebody who will make prasad. And they are eating every day, Prabhu. Every day, 100 people, and they are ordering it again and again. For their house also they are ordering now. They are taking his number and Prabhu, hamare ghar ke liye bana. Why are they finding so much taste in that? Offer to God. Krishna had it. Right? Recently clients came from other states. Some clients from Maharashtra, some clients from Bengal, and some clients from Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. 3 implementations are happening, SAP implementation, single place. So we took another office. In that another office, the main project manager, he comes to me and says, sir, can we order there also? Because we are liking this food. Can you order there also? Yes, we'll order. So they started ordering snack, evening snack. Around 4 o'clock, we give khichdi or we give some, whatever, 3 items. Yesterday I went to meet those clients, so all of them were there. And then I asked, so my boss was asking, you're all happy, anything you want? Sir, whatever you're supplying snack, can you supply for lunch also? We are liking it. I said, okay, let us convert the snack into lunch. Prabhu, when you do something with determination, with compassion, with genuinity, it touches hearts. Doesn't mean you go and force impose on others. You make, my wife, she used to make, when I was in US, she used to make some prasad, extra prasad. Sometimes I used to take it to office and I used to keep on my workstation desk there and I used to send a mail. There is nice, food for all of you. They all will come and ask. They'll bring small plate, tissues, and they'll take and go. They're like, very nice. So everybody ate prasad. In my office, everybody ate prasad. One time or the other. They all ate prasad. And whoever eats prasad even once in their life will get human birth again. They all will take human birth again. They get another opportunity to perfect their life. Right? Whatever their karma is, they get human birth. So you all can do that. Why don't you do that? Why don't you buy fruits outside? If you are living in hostel, buy some fruits outside. Offer it to Krishna. Have a nice picture in your room of Krishna. Offer those fruits. Intensely pray that Krishna, I have got human birth. And I am so fortunate. You introduced me to Satsang. I am going to Satsang. I am learning Bhagavad Gita. Now let me share this compassion, Krishna. Please let me offer this to you so that whoever I give this to, they also will get human birth again. In this life also they will be inclined towards spiritual life. They also come towards Krishna Bhakti. Prayer is very powerful. There is nothing more powerful than prayers. Not even nuclear bomb is as powerful as the power of a prayer. Right? And in whatever situation you are, go and give it to others and you see transformation. You see the transformation. Right? So, practice whatever you are practicing with genuinity and truth. Then you can influence others. There are many quotes that we receive every morning. In your college group, friends group, you receive quotes. Good morning. Any quote that you can remember? Shubhodayam. No, those are just but quotes. They are like serving brings happiness. Serving brings happiness. One quote came. Look at it. Okay, serving brings happiness. Truth only. Okay, very nice. Next, meditate inside so you find happiness outside. One quote. Very nice. Do you all get these kind of quotes? Yes or no?
Yes.
How many of you are following those quotes? Nobody. Nobody follows those quotes. Why? Tell me why. Why nobody follows those quotes? Everybody reads these quotes and everybody forwards these quotes. Pakka, immediate. Some people even before reading they are forwarding. As wrong and download, right? No. First I'll forward. Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp, Marattai, Facebook, everywhere it will go. And the person will come other, hey, what a quote you sent today. What did I say? You only never read. But why are you not following the quotes that you are sending? Tell me why.
You don't believe?
Good. You don't believe in those?
See the live example.
You don't see a live example of people following those quotes. That is the main reason why people can't follow these principles. Right? When you see live people following what you are sending, you'll also follow one day. You're accepting it is right, but you're not following. Why? Because you don't have live examples. In everything in life, you need live examples. Right? You want to eat something sattvic, you should meet Salu Mataji. Live example. Every day she makes sattvic only. Sattvic. Arre baapre. Huh? So when you have a live example, it's possible. See, I'm saying, is it possible? Yes, it's possible. Somebody is doing it, so it's possible for me also. My laziness, I'm not doing it. At least that you'll agree, no? At least that much realization you get, no? My laziness, my stupidity, I'm not following it. But somebody is following it. When world is filled with people who follow their talk, the world will change. And when a Hindu says that I'm a Hindu with pride, everybody will follow Sanatana Dharma. You can't go and hold a flag and go around Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Nobody will become Sanatani or nobody will follow. You should follow what Ram did. Then you can tell Jai Shri Ram. You understand? Just shouting Jai Shri Ram doesn't mean, you're Sanatani. Sanatani means he follows what Ram did. He follows the dharma that Ram followed. Maryada Purushottama Rama. The way he lived, you will also live like that. Okay, Prabhu, I can't live so much. At least one quality of Rama you can follow. One quality of Rama you can follow. You follow that one quality, that's enough. And then you see how you'll influence the world around you. Right? There's one great preacher in Christianity. He said, I preach all the time. Sometimes I speak. I preach all the time. Sometimes I speak. Meaning what? People get preached not by what you speak, how you live. What you follow, that is more influential than what you say. Very important. In the same way, Prabhuji and Mataji, you want to save Sanatana Dharma, you be an example. You're a young boy, you be an example. When he is an example. Sitting in this satsang itself is an example. All of you young girls, you are sitting here, you are a great example. Great example. You are already setting an example. But you live by that example and I am telling you, you will find happiness. You will find happiness. Don't look at people who laugh at you. There are many people, even though they are laughing, deep inside they have deep amount of respect for you. Lot of respect for you. Even the senior citizens who have come here. When you follow dharma and when you show it to the world, you are the greatest guide for the world. You have the greatest experience. You have lived a life, 70 years, 80 years. Now is the time to give it back. And what are you giving back? Shastra, Bhagavan, principles. Give it back. And the next generation. Arjuna is telling, hey Krishna, if I kill all these elderly people, who will help us take the tradition ahead? So that's the big responsibility of all the seniors here. Take your tradition ahead. हमारे सांप्रदाय को आगे लेके जाओ. सिखाओ, बच्चों को बैठ के सिखाओ. ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रन को बिठा के सिखाओ. क्या है? यही आपका काम है. पॉलिटिक्स डिस्कस करना आपका काम नहीं है. आपके पास टाइम नहीं है. मौत कभी भी आ सकता है. आ सकता है अनुराग पांडे को? There was one person who was to sit here. He died in a plane. What is his name? Bhagavad Ramji. But one good thing, he used to come to classes here. He was close to 80-year-old. He used to come after the class 2-3 times. I remember. Prabhu ji, आपका class आज बहुत अच्छा था. तो प्रभु आपका आशीर्वाद है. मेरे को अच्छा लग रहा है. And one day he left. But one good thing he did, he attended Satsang. And he tried to follow. We should also follow. Determination. Time nahi hai. Urgency. Spiritual life means urgency. Let's read the translation again and purport. My dear Arjuna, one who does not follow in human life the cycle of sacrifice thus established in the Vedas certainly leads a life full of sin. Living only for the satisfaction of the senses, such a person lives in vain. Yeah. Prabhu, can you give the mic to somebody? They'll read the purport. Yeah.
The Mamonist philosophy of work very hard and enjoy sense gratification is condemned herein by the Lord. Therefore, for those who want to enjoy this material world, the above mentioned cycle of performing yagna is absolutely necessary. One who doesn't follow such regulations is living a very risky life. Being condemned more and more by nature's law, this human form of life is especially means for self-realization. In either of three ways, namely Karma Yoga, Yagna Yoga and Bhakti Yoga, there is no necessity of rigidly following the performance of prescribed yagna for the transcendentalists who are above vice and virtue. But those who are engaged in sense gratification require purification by the above mentioned cycle of yagna performances. There are different kinds of activities. Those who are not Krishna conscious are certainly engaged in sensory consciousness. Therefore, they need to execute pious work. The yagna system is planned in such a way that sensory conscious person may satisfy their desires without becoming entangled in the reaction of sense gratificatory work. The prosperity of world depends not on our own effort but on background arrangements of the Supreme Lord, directly carried out by the demigods. Therefore, the yagnas are directly aimed at the particular demigods mentioned in the Vedas. Indirectly, it is the practice of Krishna consciousness, because when one masters the performance of yagna, one is sure to become Krishna conscious. But if by performing yagna, one doesn't become Krishna conscious, such principles are counted as only moral codes. One should not, therefore, limit his progress only to the point of moral codes, but should transcend them to attain Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Guru. So here in the purport, Prabhupada is explaining that performance of yajna is needed, but for the people mostly, who want to enjoy their senses in this material world, they are supposed to perform the yajna, so they don't get a reaction to it. If you see all the sanskaras, right from Garbhadana sanskara to your Antim sanskara, every sanskara is prescribed to be performed, so you don't get reaction at each stage. Right? There's a big science behind it. Whatever you perform, whatever you try to enjoy in this world, perform the sanskara before that. Like even getting married is called what sanskara? Vivaha sanskara. When you are going towards marrying, that means you are going to have bodily enjoyment with that other person. You are going to have family life. Family life also gives enjoyment. Like nice mellows, jokes, all those things also are part of family life. So you are performing a sanskara and you are declaring that, oh God, I'm marrying this person, but I'll remember why I'm marrying. I'm trying to help her to become Krishna conscious. We together will try to serve you. Right? We together will use this life to serve you. We will beget children. We will have children to make them devotees, to send them back to God. We will not have children to, for entertainment. Of course, you get entertainment as a byproduct of children. The children are getting up, falling, they're speaking broken words. It's nice entertainment, right? But you should remember that there is a soul inside. The soul is struggling in this material world, and you are trying to train that soul to go back home, back to God. Everything is a sacrifice, a muhurta. Even to procreate, even to have sex, there is a time. Vedas explain there is a time, there is a muhurta that is set. On this particular time, the uniting can happen. Right? And Brahmana decides that. At that, otherwise you will give birth to Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyakshas, who will come and create more ruckus in the world, isn't it? Why there are so many atheists these days? Why do you think there are so many children or people who are naturally atheists? They don't have much inclination towards God. Why? Tell me why.
Unplanned gods.
Because their parents had sex at the wrong time, with the wrong consciousness. As simple as that. According to the consciousness you maintain at the time of procreation, that is the kind of soul you call for in that womb. It's a science. Right? It's very important that, that the lady is in right consciousness, the man is in right consciousness, and in that consciousness that prayer is correct. When the prayer is correct, then you get a good soul. Then you get a child, who is very well behaved, well respectful. Well, so many good qualities you are seeing in that soul. How? Because he came from a place, he was called, because this is a kind of God sense, right? According to you are a very passionate person. You want to enjoy this world at the cost of anybody. I want that kind of enjoyment. He will be searching for parents who are calling for that kind of child. And the child enter into their house. And then the parents can't complain. Hey, why is my child like this? He's hyperactive, hyper this, hyper that. You are like that. You are hyper during your procreation. You are hyper during your consciousness. You got a hyper soul. Right? So, it's a big science. Yajnas. Everything. Even Namakarana Yajna. That's also a very big science behind it. Actually, as Hindus, we all should study these sanskaras. What are these sanskaras? What is Upanayana? These days, they do like a ritual. Prabhuji was saying, they did Upanayana yesterday, thread ceremony, just before marriage. Why just before marriage? A ritual. It should be done. No. Upanayana means beginning of spiritual life. You are starting your spiritual education. That is Upanayana. It is done at the age of what, 7? Something like that. Right? Why? Now the spiritual education started. You get a guru. You take a stick. In Upanayana, they give you, a stick with to go to the forest. These days, the child doesn't even know why he's holding the stick. They give that stick. Photo. Facebook, Instagram. Why that fellow is given a stick? What is his consciousness after that? No link. You should lead brahmacharya life before becoming a grahastha. Then you will understand the importance of grahastha ashram. That is why a stick is given. That is why Upanayana is done. Is that being followed? No. So what is being done? Ritual. Without any spirit. When spirit is known while doing the ritual, it becomes spiritual. Many of us here, Upanayana is done. We don't even know why it is done. Aindi. Some people don't even do Upanayana. Because they don't believe in anything. See, I don't blame the people who stop following rituals because actually they found no meaning in it. Nobody is explaining it, nobody is following it. When we follow it, then there is a meaning to it, right? We just discussed. When we follow some quotes, the meaning to the quote comes out. People also follow. We should also follow. Right? Of course, can you follow all the rituals, all the sanskaras, everything perfectly? You can't. That is the reason chant Hare Krishna. But doesn't mean I'm chanting Hare Krishna, I'll get rid of all sanskaras. No. That is not the principle. Chant Hare Krishna because that you can do perfectly. Follow the sanskaras because that is your duty. Right? Follow the sanskaras. Even after anybody in the house dies, all the rituals, that have to happen, first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day, seventh day, eighth day, ninth day, 10th day, 11th day, 12th day, and finally, some will celebrate 13th day. And every month that you have to serve the Brahmanas. What do you call that?
First year.
No, sir. Year, every month.
Every month they do for 1 month.
One year, correct.
After that,
Once in a year.
Shraddha.
Shraddha ceremony. I did for my father. 16 Shraddhas I did. 16. And none of them has to be missed exactly on that day. Because my father is hungry. He is on the way. If I don't give here, I will not. You should have that faith. I don't believe in it. So don't believe. Don't believe. But if you want to believe it properly. Don't do it like a ritual. Doing like a ritual doesn't fetch any benefit out of it. And then whatever year, after the year is finished, then final, he is entering Vaikuntha. Done. He's crossed the Vaitarani, he's entering Vaikuntha. You celebrate that. Anniversary is celebrated. My father has gone back to Krishna. Right? You should do it with that faith. That kind of brahmanas you should invite, that kind of service you should do. And then your ancestors are happy. Because you are in their lineage. According to your Gotram, whatever ancestors you have, they're all sitting waiting. Some of them are stuck. Wherever they're seeing, hey, what kind of lineage is my children? What kind of lineage is next? They're very happy. And when they're happy, they bless you. Right? Many people today have Pitru Shapas. Many people today. When we have Pitru Shapa, what will happen? All kinds of diseases will come. Marriages will break. In your house, there will be so much unrest. Your material life will be ruined. None of your job will be settled. None of your finances will be controlled. You will be going through anxiety, relationship problems, all these things. And when all these problems come, hey, what is going on? Then you go to an astrologer. And then astrologer tells you, Pichoda, clearly you have Pitru doshas. You have Kala Sarpa dosha. You have this dosha. You have that dosha. And then you are thinking, Ore Baapure. And then you will go and do the ritual with some faith. You'll go to Triambakeshwar, you'll go to some Kalasti, you'll sit there and you'll try to do that. Now, why did your ancestors give all those problems? To wake you up. Because you're not waking up, na? Software, hardware, car, office, house, enjoy, IPL, what else? Multiplex, World Cup, food. You're going through this. Your Pitrus, your ancestors are crying there. What kind of nonsense fellow has come in my family? Do something that this fellow is disturbed. Right? And that shapas will come down in the form of disturbance. And then you'll wake up. And then you'll go and do. Why to do all that? But if you chant Hare Krishna with sincerity and with prayer, you chant the names of Krishna, all your ancestors are satisfied. Khatam. You don't have to do thousands of rituals. You have to do. But be rest assured that whatever you've done is 100% fetching the benefit if you're chanting names of God. If some of your parents ask you, why are you going to Satsang? You tell, we are going for you only. We are going for your father. We are going for my grandfather. It's actually we are doing the highest thing. Attending Satsang, the Shravanam is greater than any yajna. Why it is greater than any yajna? Transformation is happening inside. Then don't treat spiritual life externally. Inner transformation is very important. Inner transformation. Inner prayer is very important. Right? 17th sloka.
Yes, Patmarati
Yes, Yatvi Atma Ritadeva.
Yes, Patmarati
Yes, Svatma Ritadeva.
Shat Amrut, no. Yes, Chatparatideva, Chat. God, I got it.
Yeah. You can start again.
Okay. Yes, Chatparatideva, Chat.
Yes, Atma Ritadevasya. Atma Triptascha Manavaha.
Atmanyeva Santustaha.
Atmanyeva Santustaha.
Tasya Karyam na vidyate.
Tasya Karyam na vidyate. Please repeat after me. But for one who takes pleasure in the self, whose human life is one of self-realization, and who is satisfied in the self only, fully satiated, for him there is no duty. Hare. I think he also needs one battery. I will also keep one battery. Hare Krishna. Changing one also it works. Okay. Purport. A person who is You want to read the purport? You can give. Harshal Prabhu can read the purport. 17th verse.
Purport. A person who is fully Krishna conscious and is fully satisfied by his acts in Krishna consciousness no longer has any duty to perform. Due to his being Krishna conscious, all impiety within is instantly cleansed and effect of many thousand of yajna performances. By such clearing of consciousness, one becomes fully confident of his eternal position in relationship with the Supreme. His duty thus becomes self-illuminated by the grace of the Lord, and therefore he no longer has any obligations to the Vedic injunctions. Such a Krishna conscious person is no longer interested in material activities and no longer takes pleasure in material arrangements like wine, women, and similar infatuations.
Hare Krishna. I was wondering why I'm not able to sit properly today. And then I understood that is here, this is here. No problem. I'm not able to crisscross my legs, because the length is not matching. Now I understood. Foundation is different. No problem.
You got bigger.
Huh?
You got bigger asana.
No, that's an indication from God. Become thin so you can sit on this. Text. Yeah. So in sloka number 17, so there is no duty for a person, there is no material obligation for a person who is Krishna conscious. As simple as that. The purpose of human life is to remember who is God and how to become his servant so he can go back to Krishna. That is the purpose of human life. In order to get that consciousness, all rituals, all things are there. But when you become Krishna conscious, you don't have to worry about any more rituals. You don't have to worry about it. But doesn't mean that it's a license that I will not perform any of the rituals. When you become Krishna conscious, right? And who will tell whether you become Krishna conscious or no? Guru will tell. You don't have to decide. Otherwise you'll feel, Dhyana Lingam has come. No, nothing has come. You are become a fool, right? So don't get into all that. Follow the rituals, respect the Brahmanas, but most importantly, do the Yuga Dharma. Whether you are able to do other rituals properly or not, but do the Yuga Dharma. And what is the Yuga Dharma? Chanting of the names of Krishna. Right? Chantings of the name of Krishna, very clearly told. Very clearly told in Srimad Bhagavatam also. Kalir dosha nidhe rajan asti eko mahan guna kirtanad eva Krishnasya. Krishnasya. He is not telling any other thing. Kirtanad eva Krishnasya mukta sangha samachara. Mukta param rajet. So, in the age of Kali, you perform Sankirtana, you perform chanting. Everybody can chant, right? See this. Everybody can have this chanting bag. Invest on a good chanting bag, right? And then have the beads every day. Sit down, keep this finger outside because it's a negativity pointing finger, and then keep your beads and start chanting every day. Prabhuji is wearing a chanting bag, right? And he has chanted almost 8 rounds already. You finish your 16th. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. He lives in Vaino Vihanga. Prabhuji is coming here. So do your rounds. I have not done my duty. I have only done 11 rounds. 5 are still remaining. Right? And that's some additional also I will do because I am more infected. I know that. So according to your level of infection, you should increase the number of rounds. What infection? What infection? Material infection. Right? Propensity to enjoy this material world. The more you have, the more rounds you chant. Okay, text number 18.
कृतेनार्थो
नैव तस्य कृतेनार्थो
नाकृते नेह कश्चन
नाकृते नेह कश्चन
न चास्य सर्वभूतेषु कश्चित् यत्प्रयासः
A self-realized man has no purpose to fulfill in the discharge of his prescribed duties, nor has he any reason not to perform such work, nor has he any need to depend on any other living being. Krishna. Krishna is telling, if you understand Bhagavad Gita, done. If you lead a life according to Bhagavad Gita, done. You don't have to worry about this shapa, pitru shapa, that brahmana shapa, stri shapa, whatever. All shapas are removed as soon as you become Krishna conscious. And not only of this life, unlimited lives. Unlimited lives. Right? Don't have to worry. Prabhuji, it's important information. How fortunate are all of us here? You know the exact antidote. You have the exact vaccination for all the diseases. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. What does it take to do? Nothing. Somebody is asking money from you. The other day I was speaking to a Brahmana. One of my friends, he went to a Brahman, astrologer come Brahman and everything. My son is not studying well, he has to, he has this dosha, he has this thing. What has to be done? You have to come 2.5 lakhs for the yajna, and 5 lakhs for this, and this, the total 10 lakhs. Huh? Then he came to me, Prabhu, he's telling that, take your chanting back, chant Hare Krishna. Everything will be taken care of. No problem. Everything taken care means his son will start studying, may or may not, but he'll go back to Krishna. Other don't try to keep material ambitions when you come to spiritual class. Biggest problem today. Your expectations are still material when you come to spiritual class. No. We are not here trying to treat the body, we are trying to treat the soul. And you are not the body, you are the soul. Remember that. Aham Brahmasmi. Text 19. Did we read the purport? Yeah. You want to read Prabhu Prashant Prabhu? Give the mic to them. I didn't read that. You can take somebody's book. Text 18 purport.
A self-realized man is no longer obliged to perform any prescribed duty, save and accept activities in Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is not inactivity either, as will be explained in the following verses. A Krishna conscious man does not take shelter of any person, man or demigod. Whatever he does in Krishna consciousness is sufficient in the discharge of his obligation.
So, sufficient. If you are performing, Rajan Mataji, you are hearing Krishna Katha, you are performing Krishna Kirtan, you are honoring Krishna Prasad. Done. That's all you need. You don't need anything extra. You understand? This is the highest yajna. Krishna Katha, Krishna Nam, Krishna Kirtan, Krishna Prasad, Krishna Darshan, Krishna Dham. Done. Process is already given. Don't have to do anything extraordinary. Oh Prabhuji, my mind is so dirty, I am trying to do that. That is the reason you are doing, huh? Why are you complaining? Why are you complaining? Right? Mind is dirty. That is why you are here. Mind will be dirty even after coming here. Mind will continue to show the dirtiness even after performing this Harinam. So Prabhu, Harinam is working or no? It will work. It is already working. First thing that it is bringing is, it is bringing guilt in you. That what nonsense I am. That is the first. Acceptance of disease, the first level of treatment. If you don't accept the disease, only where the treatment will start. Right? To accept that we are diseased will take many lifetimes. Bahunam janmanam ante. To accept the disease. People are not convinced on disease. Still they are not convinced. After coming to Satsang also they are not convinced. After 20 years of chanting 16 rounds also they are not convinced on the disease. They are still complaining. Why is this happening with me? Why it should not happen with you? One devotee, she got admitted in hospital, ICU. One other devotee went to meet. Mataji, how are you? Why is Krishna doing this to me? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare. Doesn't Krishna know I am chanting? Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, 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 Hare. Why is Krishna doing this to me? Hare Krishna, Krishna. What is it of your chanting? What are you trying to negotiate with Krishna? You got a body. One day that body will get diseased. You already got a body. Right? One day that body is going to die. Why are you complaining for something that you already got? Janma, you've taken Janma means Jara, Vyadi, Mrityu will come. Don't go and ask for Jara, Vyadi, Mrityu. That will anyway come. Right? What you should ask? Don't give me another Janma in this material world. Don't give me. The moment next Janma is not there, where is the question of Jara Vyadhi Mukti? Jara Vyadhi and what is that? Mrityu. Right? You should cry for the right reason. What you should cry for? Why did I get birth? Why did I get birth? When somebody comes in, happy birthday, see, why did I get birth? Birth to waste. That feeling should come. On the day of your birthday, you should look into the mirror and like this, you should talk to yourself. That is real birthday. That means you understood the meaning of birthday. But should you celebrate your birthday? Yes. Human beings should celebrate the birthday, not dogs, not cats. Why? Durlabha Manush Janma. That is why you should celebrate birthday. Yeah, bro? Celebrate a birthday or no? Yes. And what you should tell when you are celebrating birthday? Oh Krishna, I have got human body. Thank you. In this human body, I am attending Satsang. Thank you. That is the reason I am celebrating my birthday. Otherwise, there is no reason to celebrate birthday. With every birthday, you are 1 year closer to death. Where is the question of happy birthday? Huh? Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, like you said, people think, like you said, no, why I took birth like that. In times of hardships and difficulties, people think, why this birth like that. But the hardships gone and happiness comes, yeah, this should stay like this, like this. Yes.
Perfect life is going on. Isn't it? There are 650 apartments here. Why only some people have come for Satsang? Why? Because unlimited water, unlimited electricity. Why do they need God? Then current will go. That time they will wake up. 4 crore flat, gachi bubbly, my house, my home, why is current not there? Then after 2 days current will not come. Oh God! Then you should give the pamphlet, Bhagavad Gita. So that is the problem. When there is unlimited power, unlimited electricity, unlimited maids, unlimited everything, why do you need God? You don't need God. But don't worry, God will give you the right equivalent of Surku. Surku. Right? I don't know the English version of Surku. Anyway, learn in English Surku. Right? Jerk, you can say. Jerk. Like that. Right? And then you will come. Then you will come. Don't worry. Everybody has to finally come here only. When you will come is the question. Everybody finally has to come here. This life or next life? कभी ना कभी तो आना है पांड्या बाबू. आप टेंशन मत लो. उसको आना ही है. हम किस्मत वाले हैं अभी आए हैं. हाँ? आना ही पड़ेगा. कोई चारा नहीं है. कोई चारा नहीं है. एक दिन बीवी ऐसे डांटेगी आके सत्संग में बैठेगा. बच्चा मुंह पे थूकेगा. थू ये बात को. Then he'll come. Wow. मेरी जिंदगी वेस्ट है. Then we'll remember. Somebody sent a Bhagavad Gita message. I want to go and question that God. Why did my son spit on my face? Then he'll come. Sit down. Did anybody came here because somebody had spitted? Text 19.
तस्माद् असक्तस्तततं कार्यं कर्म समाचर असक्तो ह्याचरन् कर्म परमाप्नोति पुरुषः.
Translation. Please repeat after me. Therefore, without being attached to the fruits of activities, one should act as a matter of duty. For by working without attachment, one attains the supreme. Anybody wants to read the purport? Mother is coming? Yeah. Pass the mic to Mother. Whoever is reading the purport, this purport is specifically written for you.
The Supreme is the personality of Godhead for the devotees and liberation for the impersonalist. A person, therefore, acting for Krishna or in Krishna consciousness under proper guidance and without attachment to the results of work is certainly making progress towards the supreme goal of life. Arjuna is told that he should fight in the battle of Kurukshetra for the interest of Krishna because Krishna wanted him to fight. To be a good man or non-violent man is personal attachment, but to act on behalf of Supreme is to act without attachment for the result. That is perfect action of the highest degree, recommended by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Vedic rituals like prescribed sacrifices are performed for purification of impious activities that were performed in the field of sense gratification. But action in Krishna consciousness is transcendental to the reactions of good or evil work. A Krishna conscious person has no attachment for the result but acts on behalf of Krishna alone. He engages in all kinds of activities but is completely non-attached.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
You pass the mic back to Prabhu. Yeah. So Krishna conscious person should be completely unattached and is working on behalf of Krishna. When you go and ask for a donation, what he should be attached to? Nothing. Nothing. Don't expect that you will get donation, and don't be joyful when you got donation. Don't be morose if you did not get donation. What are you doing? Going and asking. Of course, you will feel joyful. Nice. Hare. What is the joy? He got a chance to serve Krishna. That's all is the joy. Not that I raised this much donation. No. Then again you are creating a problem. You are understanding? You are acting on behalf of Krishna. And because you are acting on behalf of Krishna, somebody is connected to Krishna. For that, be happy. One more living entity is going to do something for Krishna. Be happy. That's all is your role there. Understand? Okay, let's go to text number 21. Haribo. 20. Text number 20.
कर्मणैव हि संसिद्धिं
कर्मणैव हि संसिद्धिम्
आस्थिता जनकादयः लोकसङ्ग्रहमेवापि सम्पश्यन् कर्तुमर्हसि.
Translation: Kings such as Janaka attained perfection solely by performance of prescribed duties. Therefore, just for the sake of educating the people in general, you should perform your work. Who wants to do the purport? Any other Mataji? Yeah, you can pass Mataji. Behind? Okay, anybody? Kings like Janaka.
Kings like Janaka were all self-realized souls. Consequently, they had no obligation to perform the prescribed duties in the Vedas. Nonetheless, they performed all the prescribed activities just to set examples for the people in general. Janaka was the father of Sita and the father-in-law of Lord Sri Rama. Being a great devotee of the Lord, he was transcendentally situated, but because he was the king of Mithila, he had a subdivision of Bihar province in India. He had to teach his subjects how to perform prescribed duties. Lord Krishna and Arjuna, the Lord's eternal friend, had no need to fight in the battle of Kurukshetra, but they thought to teach people in general that violence is also necessary in a situation where good arguments fail. Before the battle of Kurukshetra, every effort was made to avoid the war, even by Supreme Personality of Godhead, but the other party was determined to fight. So, for such a right cause, there is a necessity for fighting. Although one who is situated in Krishna consciousness may may not have any interest in the world, he still works to teach the public how to live and how to act. Experienced persons in Krishna's consciousness can act in such a way that others will follow. And this is explained in the following verse.
Hare Krishna. So here, Lord Krishna is telling that Janaka was a great king. He was a devotee. He was doing everything perfect. All the things that a human being has to do. That is the reason Swayam Lakshmi appeared in his house as his daughter. And what a son-in-law he got, Lord Ram. Right? In spite of all that, he performed his duties. Right? Just to set a right example. Sometimes very spiritually highly liberated persons also, they do their basic duties. Not because the basic duties are needed, because they want to show the world that with an example that even if you're spiritually elevated, you still have to do what you're supposed to do. You are setting in everything that you do, you are setting an example, Provision Mataji. Remember that. Don't think, I'm not a guru. Every person sitting here is a guru. You are guru to your son, you are guru to your daughter, you are guru to your wife, you are guru to your husband, you are guru to your neighbor, you are guru to the society. Everything you do is being observed. Is being observed. How does the fashion change? By looking at others. Right? Then there was a time when bell bottoms were there. And suddenly one fellow came with baggy. And then baggies came. Then tight came. Then parallel came. Now again bell bottom are coming. Right? How is this influence of fashion happening? Somebody is looking at you. Somebody is following a star. Speaking to my wife, some celebrity, it seems, holded a big water bottle with a, nib on the top, something like big one. And people are buying that everywhere now because that celebrity is holding it. So you are influencing others without your knowledge. It's a very dangerous situation. It's very dangerous. When you are influencing others, you should know. When you become aware that you are influencing others, you should be very careful. Because with your influence, you can ruin others' lives also. And especially when I'm sitting on this Vyasasana, I'm not qualified to sit here. But when I'm repeating the words, every word I speak is going into your hearts, it's transforming you. Because word of God. If I speak any nonsense, that will also create a big problem for you. I should be very careful. And when you are going and repeating this to somebody else, you should be very careful. Your weakness, you can't go and tell everybody, as a license to do. You should admit your weakness. Yes, I am weak in this. I am working on it. And continue to work on it. And tell others. Oh, only when I perfect I'll tell others, that is also nonsense. You will never perfect. Right? Preacher doesn't mean, he is 100% perfect. But what he is speaking, it should be 100% perfect. And then, when everybody should be a preacher. Every mother should be a preacher for the family. If one woman is polluted, 21 generations are ruined. Do you know that? Mataji? All of you are sitting here. One woman polluted, 21 generations. Shastra is saying, 21 generations are polluted. Why? Because a mother teaches the children. If a mother is ruined means, if a woman is ruined means, if a man is ruined, one generation is gone. But if a woman is ruined, 21 generations are ruined. That is the reason woman is worshipped, protected, respected, cared for. And that is the reason there are so many regulations for women in Shastra. Because they know women are going to create future generations. And future generations, they are the guru. You are the gurus. I learned devotion from my mother. Right? Very important. Next shloka, everybody, I want you to by heart this shloka. Next week I am going to ask. Because this shloka is very famous, very easy to by heart also, and you can quote in your office wherever you can go. Yes, Prabhu.
यदाचरति श्रेष्ठः
यद्यदाचरति श्रेष्ठः
तत्तद्देवेतरो जनः स यत् प्रमाणं कुरुते लोकस्तदनुवर्तते.
Repeat after me. Whatever action a great man performs, common men follow. And whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. Can you quote this shloka in your office? Huh? You have to read, yes. Huh? Can you quote this shloka in your office? Yes or no? What is wrong in this? Is there a religion in this? Whatever action a great man performs, common men follow. And whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. Oh, can somebody give a little pressure? Okay. He has to go to the appointment. It's a very beautiful shloka. I quote it anywhere I want. Anybody asks me to give talk on Bhagavad Gita, I don't have to go here and there. I'll just quote this shloka. Very simple and straight. This shloka talks about the responsibility a teacher carries. Shrestha. If you think you are special, you have special responsibility. Right? Everybody thinks they are special, right? I'm great. I'm great. I'm a manager. You think like that, right? Then you have additional responsibility. What is the responsibility? Whatever you perform, common people are going to follow. I had a wonderful boss in the beginning of my career. His name is Alok Mimani. Right? Now, what I learned from him, I'm not able to forget till now also. What is that? How to maintain your tasks, how to track those tasks to closure. He taught me with his own example. Right? He'll maintain a diary. As soon as somebody will come to him, to his cabin, immediately say, yes sir, okay, very nice. He'll not be in any anxiety, he'll note it down. Okay, what you want? All these things he'll note down. Right? And then he'll tell, I think it will take 6 days or 5 days, I'll get it done. And then after, he'll turn the diary, go to the 5th day, he'll write it down there. Did you finish the task? Right? And before he goes home, all the tasks he has written on this day, whichever are unfinished, he'll write on the next page for the next day. It takes how much time? 5 minutes. But next day morning when he comes, he already knows what all tasks are still pending and what is the timeline for them. And he'll do it. You understanding? Yeah. I learned this from him. And now I'm applying that in spiritual life also. Whatever I want to do, I have to write it down. And whatever I have to finish, that also I have to write it down. And whether or not I finished, I should track on that day also. Am I successful in everything? No. But is it helping? Yes. Yad acharati shreshtas tatta devataro jana sayat pranamam kurute lokasta anuvartate. Whatever action a great man does, it's followed by the common man. And whatever exemplifying he does, it's also encouraging so many people, future generations. What is the problem today? We don't have the right leaders. When the leaders are fallen, when the leaders are irreligious, when the leaders are atheists, when the leaders have bad habits, what happens to the common people? They'll also follow. Right? One drunkard became chief minister of this country, this state, like 10 years ago. What is the result of that? Anywhere you see wine shops are there. He's a drunkard. Don't blame him. You elected him. He's a pakka drunkard. What is the first thing he did? Did he establish temples? He established Srinivasa wine, Balaji wine, this wine, that wine, everywhere. Every gully has a wine shop now. Because of a drunkard. Right? If you elect a rapist as a, what is that? Prime Minister of the nation, President of the nation, what will he promote? He'll promote nightclubs, he'll promote all kinds of filthy activities, he'll promote casinos. You can see that in America today. Right? You can see that in America. What is there to discuss? What kind of a character that fellow has? Go back and see his character, you'll know what he is. And what is he doing right now? He's exactly doing that only. Don't blame him. You elected him. Right? So, Prabhujis and Matajis, choosing a right leader is very important. Very important. Choose the right leader. So, yeah. Okay, we are finishing the class. So this program is choosing the right leader is extremely important. If you don't choose the right leader, then after that the repercussions you have to face. You can't keep blaming, why did I vote to Pappu? Then you did Pappu only. Right? You should be very careful. Nahi to phir maroge. Right? There are many Pappus. Whole party is filled with Pappus. So you should be very careful with that party. Right? Because ultimately what will happen? They'll sell your country. They'll sell your country to dogs. Isn't it? I'm not vouching for a particular party. But I'm telling, vote to the party who is proud of being a Sanatani. As simple as that. Vote to a party who is building temples, or at least allowing to build temples. Vote to a party which is propagating the message of Bharat to the whole world. Vote to a party which is making you feel proud that you are an Indian. Is that true or no? Right? I have seen two generations, bro. I am 49 years old. 35 years I was shameful to be an Indian. Last 15 years I am proud to be an Indian. I tell it openly. Because I am seeing some proud activities being done. Not fanatic proud. We have made COVID vaccines, we distributed it free in 100 plus countries. Can we clap for it? We distributed it free. Which country has done that? Tell me on the face of the planet. Any country who has created COVID vaccine and distributed for free? No country. My country has done. I will stand in front of any forum and tell we have done it. Create your achievements and become proud to it. Fanatism, like gali ka kutta mentality, remove it. You know, every dog barks in its gully and thinks that the gully belongs to me. That is meaningless patriotism. Patriotism means you should know what you are proud of than just saying you are proud of. You understand it? What you are proud of. I am proud of a country in which Bhagavad Gita is spoken. I am proud of a country in which there are so many wonderful Vaishnava Sampradayas. I am proud of a country where temples are so scientifically built, even now scientists are not able to crack how they built it. I am proud of a country which has so many languages, and in all languages Bhagavad Gita is translated. I am proud of a country in which there are leaders who quote from Bhagavad Gita. I am proud of a country whose constitution starts with Jai Shri Ram. Yes, how many of you know that constitution has Ram Nam in the beginning? I am proud of a country whose parliament has shlokas written on its walls. Bhagavad Gita shloka written on its walls. I am proud of that country. I am proud of that country where the children take care of their parents. I am proud of that country where parents feel responsible for their children until they die. I am proud of that country where the joint family is greatest strength. I am proud of the country where woman is most respected. I am proud of that country where woman is a guru for her son and her daughter. I am proud of that country. Mera Bharat Mahan. जोर से बोलो. यद यद आचराति श्रेष्ठ. इसको बोलते हैं आचरण से श्रेष्ठ बनना. Right? Don't say I am proud of the country because I am born in that country. It's like a dog saying that, I am proud of my gully because the gully belongs to me. What is the point? Patriotism without substance is fanatism. There's no meaning in it. What is the other country proud of? Pakistan, that is beside us. Huh? Nothing they are proud of. The only thing they are proud of when somebody throws money on their face, saying survive. Survive with this. Beggars of terrorism. Right? That is what they are proud of. Will you want to be a Pakistani? Anybody here? No. But people sitting there are thinking, why did this partition happen? We would have been part of Bharat. Right? There are many people on the other side who are proud of our Prime Minister today. They are openly talking it now. Arey, look at that Bharat. They are talking about artificial intelligence. They are talking about so much progress. They are talking about so many things. We people are sitting here only talking about terrorism. We people are only talking about our religion. We don't know what to do with it also. Are you proud of it? Yes. So wear tilak and go to your office. Be proud of who you are. Don't be shy. When American used to ask me, what is this? I used to tell them it's the feet of God. The feet of God. And I'm wearing it because it makes me look beautiful. Right? And they were like, yes. Not a single American I have worked, and not a single Middle Eastern person also. I worked in Bahrain, I worked in Kuwait, I worked in Muscat, I worked in America in multiple places. Not a single foreigner came and asked me why am I doing what I am doing. a stupid, misdirected Hindu has come and asked me many times, why are you wearing all this, sir? Do you have to show your religion? Right? That is the situation of our country. If you are all coming to Satsang, please come in traditional dresses. My humble request to all of you. Next Satsang, come in a traditional. What does it take? Dhoti kurta pehno, nahi to kurta pajama pehno kaise. When you are walking out of here, everybody should feel, hey, what? They are following what they are learning. Does externals matter? Matters. It matters. It motivates others. It matters. करो ना, क्या प्रॉब्लम है? कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. इसका मतलब नहीं है तो मत आओ. Slowly transition towards it. When you are going to a temple, how you should go? Specifically when you are going to office, on the way you went to temple, that you are wearing office clothes. It's okay. But from your home you are going to temple, how you should go? Traditional attire. Traditional attire. Properly go to a temple. Properly behave in the temple. Teach people how to go to a temple. Right? When I take my children to a temple, I don't take them in jeans and t-shirt. Tell them wear traditional clothes. We are going to a temple today. Because what I represent is what it will become. Yad achar. Please repeat after me. Yad acharati shreshtas. Tat tad evataro jana. Sayat pramanam kurute. Lokas tad anuvartate. Whatever action a great man performs, common men follow. And whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. Right? So remember that whatever you are doing is being observed. People are being encouraged by it.
So do the right things.
Huh?
So do the right things.
Do the right things. How you can create positivity? By following it. Right? When Gandhi told, the change that you want to see in the world, you should first change. You be the change. You be the change that you want to see in the world. Right? We can learn good things from great people. Many. Right? But for that you should become a great person. Srila Prabhupada wrote a letter to Gandhi that you believed in Bhagavad Gita, Mr. Gandhi. The letter is there. He wrote a letter that you believe in Bhagavad Gita, you fought for the country, you got freedom, you along with many others, not him alone. साबरमती के संत तूने कर दिया कमाल नहीं, एक ही नहीं, बहुत है, बहुत लोगों ने fought, but he also played a role. He did satyagraha. Gandhi also did his part. So Prabhupada wrote to him, my dear sir, Mahatma Gandhi ji, you have done your part. Now freedom has come. Now use your influence. You are known around the world. Now use your influence to spread the message of Bhagavad Gita. Enough of politics. Come out of it now. Now, since you are popular, whole world knows you, use this to spread the message of Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, you will die a disgraceful death. That's what happened. Is that the kind of death anybody wants? That's what happens. Gandhi did not listen to Prabhupada's advice. And he saw. That is what will happen to everybody. Retire when everybody will clap for you. Retire when everybody will clap for you. Don't retire when everybody will kick on you. Then get rid of this fellow. I don't know when this fellow will retire. Right? Like Kapil Dev, doctor, sorry, what is it? Cricketer, Kapil Dev. Most generations here, I don't know if you've seen him. He took 400 plus wickets, I think 400 plus wickets, something like that.
Yeah.
Huh? Yes. 431 or some wickets like that he took. He was worshipped, oh great cricketer, this and that. But that fellow was not retiring only. He is barely able to bowl. Still, he's not retiring. Commentators are like, Kapil Dev ji aaye hain ball फेंकने के लिए. Inside they're thinking, पागल कब retire होगा? He is not able to bowl, but he is 431 wickets. He was literally thrown out of cricket. In Chandigarh, there is a stadium called Kapil Stadium. The government gave him a stadium. You teach here, retire. I will not retire. Right? Ultimately, it was such a disgraceful exit. Disgraceful exit. You should exit at the right time, retire. We all should plan for retirement. Are you retired, Anurag Pandey bro?
Yes.
Yes. And what are you doing after retirement? Yes.
Enjoy.
बोलो ना जोर से.
Enjoying this.
Enjoying spirituality. Doing seva. Doing seva after retirement. Right? That is called retirement. Actually, there is no word called retirement in Sanskrit. You can say compared to sannyas, but sannyas is not retirement, and retirement is not sannyas. Sannyas is much higher. Prabhupada told every person should plan his retirement. 50, मतलब क्या? 50. What is 51 called in Hindi?
51.
52?
52.
तो 1 क्यों नहीं जाते? Even the word is telling go to 1. 51, 52. 53 क्या बोलते हैं? 1. 54 क्या बोलते हैं? 54, 1. इतने बार भाषा में आपका उम्र कितना है? 55. तो क्या घर में क्या कर रहे हो? जाओ 1 में जाओ. 1 का मतलब क्या है? घर छोड़ के नहीं जाना. घर छोड़ की जरूरत नहीं है. घर को यूज करना, सत्संग के लिए यूज करना. Use your intelligence, your influence, your opulence, everything in service of Krishna. That is retirement. Now no more money. Money के लिए भी काम नहीं करना. बहुत कर लिया काम. I have given it to my children. Now I am not thinking about money. Now I should use the money that I earned in service of God. Don't leave everything for your children. Then you'll come back in their house, they're like lizards. Donate something for Krishna also. Give whatever Krishna gave to you, give it back to Krishna. That is retirement. Understand? Depend on Krishna. That is retirement. So we should go through that phase. Okay? So I'll stop at this shloka. Next shloka onwards, another theme starts for Karma Yoga ends. Okay? So any questions? Yes, bro.
Question from last week.
Yeah, can you somebody give the mic?
Last week.
Hare Krishna. Question from last week. You were saying that you were saying the Radha Krishna Ashtasakhis and you were meditating on that, and behind there was a question being asked by a devotee, and that question was being answered by
Rajbihari Prabhu.
Rajbihari Prabhu. So what is the question and what is the answer, and that actually touched you?
Hare Krishna, you're following.
And you said that you come to next class and ask me this question.
I can't even tell. Hare Krishna Prabhu. अरे बाप रे, कुछ गिर भी गया ऊपर से, बोलना ही पड़ेगा. So I want to make sure that I remember the full answer. Right? But I'll tell you part of the question, part of the answer. Because I had written it down somewhere. My question was, that was troubling me, was this element of fear. This is the element of fear. Fear is emotion. Why is this fear bothering a devotee who is still practicing spiritual life? How can I get rid of fear? That was my question. Right? How can I get rid of fear? I'm depending on God, but fear is not going. Fear is coming, and then I depend on God. Then I think it is. But I don't like to carry that fear. Right? That was my question. And for that, many people gave many answers. Good answers. But for some reason, the fear was not going. Or rather, the motivation to get rid of the fear was not going. Right? Then when I was in Mayapur, I was standing in front of deities, I was looking at Radha and Krishna, taking their darshan for half an hour. I was following the instruction of Dwarka Prabhu, and I was taking darshan as darshan, without any speculation. I told that in last class. Then after the class, suddenly one person asked a question, and that was the question. The question that I was asking everywhere, not getting convincing answer. Somebody else asked the question, Krishna wanted me to asked that question in front of him and he wanted to answer it himself. Right? So the answer, partly I remember too, I have to go and refer back because memory sometimes fades. But very hope-giving answer it was. Prabhuji told that fear is not an emotion that you should reject. It's a natural emotion, first of all. Don't be shameful that you are fearful. Right? Just take a little water. And he said, use that fear as a medium to call for Krishna. So that fear is also bhakti. Fear is invoking bhakti. Right? So that was very positive for me. Now whenever I get fear, I think immediately, oh Krishna, I'm getting this fear because now I have to pray for you. So I intensify my chanting, I increase my hearing, I try to associate more with devotees when I'm fearful, and I read Bhagavad. So it's helping me. So fear is no more a negative emotion that I carry. I see a positive spin of it, that it helps me in my Krishna consciousness. Some more things also I told, but this was the most touching part I felt. That fear is negative force, no doubt about it. But what I have to do with that fear is very positive. That was the answer.
Thank you, Prabhu.
And Krishna spoke that answer.
Thank you, Prabhu. The reason you asked this question
to remember him.
Huh?
Having that fear is also a chance to
Yeah.
remember him again.
Yeah.
One way of looking at it.
Yeah. That's what I felt this point. Did you like that answer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bro, thank you, bro. The reason to ask this question is basically many of my
Sir,
having-
one minute. Many people, I'll tell you what other answers also I got. Many people give answers that, fear is about temporary things. What is the problem in losing temporary things? Eternal is soul, so don't worry about it. Soul is permanent, body is temporary. What we are losing is all material things, so you should not. So these answers are also right. It's not like they are not right. Right? They are also right answers. But it was not heart touching for me, or heart transforming, or hope giving for me. But this answer touched me. When he said, fear is a natural emotion, no problem, but use it in service of Krishna. Then that's good. Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah. Good.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah,
Bro,
sorry.
the reason to ask this question is many might be having the similar kind of a question, but out of fear they may not be willing to
Hesitate
ask
to
this, hesitant to ask. So I thought maybe I can. What is the question and what is the answer you had? Maybe I can learn. First I wanted to ask you in person, but I thought maybe better I ask because if this help others, that
It will benefit others also.
Thank you, bro.
I wish I recorded all my initial satsangs. I wish I recorded. Now I am recording because I am repeating what I have learned from my gurus. But I wish I recorded the initial days when I used to go to satsang. Why? Because I used to ask so many questions. So many questions I used to ask. I used to irritate the speaker. Prabhu ko mic mat do. Bas Prabhu, enough. Today 3 questions you asked, enough. Somebody else can ask. No, I still have a hand. No. I want to ask a question. And I'm so grateful to Krishna that he has sent wonderful gurus into my life. And I remember their feet every time I practice. Our Sanatan Dharma has wonderful gurus in Sampradaya. Right? And we should take shelter. When a sadhu is coming, keep everything else aside. Go and sit there and ask your question. Everybody has a question that is troubling you. Problem is you're not asking it. And when you ask question, you should not ask for a question so that everybody is looking at you. Hey, I asked question today. No, you ask a question because you want the answer. Then that question and answer both will enter the hearts of everybody. There's so many people who comment question. And I also feel this fellow is questioning only because he wants to question. There are some I've seen, they question in every class, but there is no transformation. Same situation and same question also. After 10 years in Satsang, the same question is again. Same question asked in different ways. That means, what is the answer for that? he has to go to Mayapur, stand in front of deities, take full darshan, then Krishna will answer through some devotee. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for asking those things. Making me remember Rajvihari Prabhu and making me remember Radha Madhav. This time when I went to Radha Madhav Prabhu's, it was so beautiful. Mayapur, Radha Madhav, there is nothing more beautiful than that. Krishna standing, Radharani standing, Ashtasakhi standing, and you can just get mesmerized, forget the whole world, just standing there. So my request, before you die, go to Mayapur. If you don't have money, you'll get it tomorrow morning, you'll get a call from HDFC Bank. You need a personal loan. Don't cut that call, because you're not going, Krishna is ready to give personal loan also. Take that loan and go. Go to Mayapur. Very good. Yes, Prabhu has a question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Actually, I have two questions, Prabhu. And in the meanwhile, you are telling something, I got third question also. Like, the first question is, you are telling about the Devatas and tell like 3.3 crores, like that you said no. Like, we also pray like Mukot Devatas, we say no. Like, nowadays, recently we are hearing more things like there are not 3.3 crore Devatas. It's a translation mistake, like 33 Devatas only there. There are Ashtadikpalakas and Panchabhutas, like that. Some concepts are, we are hearing more. So about that. And the second one is about the Pitrashap you are telling. Like generally we are telling like the soul, either it takes birth in any form, or it goes to Swarga or Narak and comes to life again, and it goes to God. Like that we are telling, right? So if Pitrashap means like they are from the God, they are thinking about us, like is it still an attachment for us, or what is like that? Like
Pitrashap means what? What is the second question?
Like you are telling about Pitrashap, like they are seeing us and they are feeling bad for us, like that. So they are, our children are not doing good, our family is not doing good, like that. Generally, after
they are not feeling bad about us. They are feeling bad that we are not doing anything for them. Pitrashap means, they are worried that, my next generation is not taking care of the lineage. They also still need us. You still keep getting credits. Prabhu, when you are leading a good life, sorry, I'm starting to answer. When you are leading a good life, some good things keep happening in your life. One is because of your karma. Second, because of the Pitras are happy. They keep blessing you. And suddenly you'll see your health improving, your wealth improving, your surroundings improving, your situation improving, a lot of things. So Pitras are actually happy. Because you are taking care of them. How you are taking care of them? You have become a devotee. If you become a devotee, Pitras are very happy. You are chanting 16 rounds, done. Pitras are very, very happy. Because they are getting the benefit. What is the benefit that they are getting? They are getting another good opportunity to take birth in another big, nice Vaishnava family. From there they can go back home to Krishna. Their credits are increasing. Exactly like you are getting the results, In the same way they are also getting the results. Like that. If you give birth to children who will do very wonderful things, whole society will bless them. Don't you will get a credit of that? Exactly like that it works. Blessings.
So it's like in Swarga or Narak, what we are doing, they are also getting result.
No. You are not passing karma to them. You are not passing karma. You are passing karma to next generation. That's a different one. You are not passing your bad karma to them. Your activities are removing their bad karma. You are passing credit. They already have some debits. You are passing some credits so that they can. This is a big science, Prabhu, actually. I can't answer in one small thing. You should read Garuda Purana. And I'm not an expert in this area also. But understand one thing, that even after we leave the body, our soul is struggling and our soul needs some extra credits so that it can get a next good destination from where it can get delivered. And even after the soul leaves, even after it has received some other body, but still what good it has done will keep paying him from this life and many, many lives. It's confusing. Yeah, go ahead.
And the third question is, Prabhu, like few weeks back you posted a video like in Mayapur you got your graduation, like that. So graduation is an important phase in life in terms of education. either the college education or in the spiritual education only. You said you graduated. Like, what experiences can you share with some of your experiences can you share with us so that we can learn to get more motivated, to follow more, to do more like that?
What experiences I have to share?
I mean, like, how are you feeling? Like, you graduated in CA and you graduated in the spiritual education also now. So, what is the difference you are feeling like?
Okay. First of all, thank you for asking that question. First of all, there is nothing like graduation in spirituality. Yeah, we do courses so that we finish some subject completely, like Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav. We finish some books like Bhagavad Gita, Ishopanishad, like that. Right? Now, how did I feel about the GBC college? Yeah, that was the GBC college. First of all, what is GBC? GBC is a body created by Srila Prabhupada in ISKCON, where the top leaders of all countries, sannyasis, and some really top leaders, they all are part of it. And what they do is they make sure that ISKCON is running with the right standards. Right standards. Meaning, every temple is maintaining right standard, right preaching is happening, right help is being given to the people who are preaching, right? And discussing the plans, how to increase the effect of Sanatana Dharma around the world, how the books can be printed even nicely, what improvisations can be done. So the organization is filled with some great leaders who are coming together once or twice in a year and they are discussing. That is GBC. Now, what is GBC college? They are trying to identify good leaders who are also well trained, like you, right? Now, you also can become a good leader in ISKCON in future. But can you become the way you are right now? No. You need training? Yes. So, GBC college is an initiative started by Giriraj Swami Maharaj, Bhakti Charu Maharaj, and some sannyasis, Radhanath Swami Maharaj also, many other sannyasis. They together thought that there are many leaders coming in ISKCON, but they are not well trained. Well trained in what? Well trained in philosophy, that anyway training is ongoing, Bhagavatam classes, Bhagavad Gita classes. Apart from that, well trained in communication, well trained in management, well trained in running an organization, well trained in fundraising, well trained in fund spending, right? Well trained in values, well trained in conflict resolution. So it's a 1.5 year course where some chosen around the world, every year they start this batch. So I'm part of 2024 batch, right? I finished it in 2025, 2026 I got the certificate. So it has lot of courses where very senior devotees travel from around the world. We have a residential camp around 10-12 days. We all have to be there and we have to attend those classes morning till evening with homework, everything. And then we have Zoom classes every week on different topics, module by module. And there is a whole platform on which you have to submit assignments. There is a website, you have to go and write your comments, assignments, audios you have to submit. And there is something called action learning project where I have to choose a project that I have to do. And there are 12 steps in the project and 12 steps I have to write assignments, essays, white papers. And I have to have a team of 5 people with whom I have to discuss that project, submit audios. It's real torture. Torture in the right sense, but so you go through all that. Just to make sure that the next leaders are Yadhyadi Acharati Shreshtas. Not that they are Shreshta, I am not a Shreshta, but I am trained. Trained to, and they recognize them and they keep them. Does it mean I am going to get a post in ISKCON? No. But when there is a need, they know whom to go to. Like you are not recruiting them, you are selecting them when you are keeping them. Right? Whenever there is a need. And do we need to go and do those things? Do we need to take those positions in ISKCON? Yes. How else will you run an organization? Right? We want a successful organization. No? So all of you wonderful people, you also should be part of such trainings. You should aspire to be a leader for a good spiritual institution. Is it not? Position is important. Seva is important. But if you have to take a position for that seva, you should be ready for it. What is wrong? No, Prabhu, if I take position, all anarthas will come out of me. That is why you should take the position. Let the anarthas come out and they get corrected. Right? In seva.
Actually, I wanted to ask this before only. But since it is not related to class, I didn't ask. But the Mayapur topic came again now. So I felt it as a permission, so you can ask, you can like that.
Thank you for asking. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Any other question?
3.3 crore.
3.3 crore. Prabhu, Krishna is declaring it is 3.3 crores. Koti Devatas. Koti means crore only. Right? So, how does it make a difference if it is 3.3 or 3.3 crore or 33? Ultimately, Krishna is telling here, carry gratitude towards the Devatas and worship me to come out of this cycle of birth and death. Let's focus on that. Because many people, that's what some analytical people say. Actually, Ramayana happened only 250 years ago. One fellow told me. Right? That's how they have a calculation for that also. Actually, Ramayana happened only 1000 years ago. They keep calculating. Instead of calculating when Ramayana happened, rather spend time on what Lord Ram did. Right? Where develop the values. So, getting into this dry speculation may not lead to bhakti. It might affect faith also. When somebody comes and discusses these things, you ask him, okay, 33 devatas you told, right? Who are those 33 devatas? He'll tell, no, I don't know. Why are you talking about? Go home, I'll go to money. Right? So rather than discussing all these things, focus on Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Tell him, why 33 and all? 16 syllabus. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Let us chant this and go back to Krishna. When you go back to Krishna, you can ask him, 3.3 crore or 33 now? He will answer. He is the creator.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Any other questions? Okay, any reflections? Okay, what are your takeaways today? What is the point that went inside? What is the point? ISKCON say ISKCON. Chala gaya.
Be the true leader, reflect the values, what you learn as part of Krishna consciousness.
Be a true
And
leader.
it's consciously or unconsciously, directly or indirectly, you are getting observed. It starts from the home itself, your son, your daughter, your wife, your neighbors. And most of the time when you are in office, people watch you and they observe you. So, and especially when you're in the Krishna consciousness and all, don't try to give a chance where people say, how this person can do this in a negative way. So always be the example, good example, where people are proud of you.
Hari Prabhu. I am proud of Anil Prabhu. And we all should be proud of him. He does so much service. And he and his good wife, Shalu Mataji, many good services, Harshad Prabhu, many others here. Everybody actually, all of you here, Pandya Prabhu, everybody. Right? You're all coming here doing service, you're contributing for Prashad. Please do contribute, there is a QR code. And because of you, so many people outside are getting Prashad. Right? And because of you, the classes are continuing. Do you want these classes to continue or no? Yes. For the last 4 years, they're happening. Time is just running. 4 years since I moved to this apartment, we started, it's continuing. And this is the third batch I'm doing in this community, third batch practically. Yeah, this is good. So be part of a positive change. Yeah. Any other reflections? What is that the takeaway? Any other takeaway?
One reflection from
Yes.
we shared in the class, you mentioned that everybody at some point of their lives, they will eventually come to Satsang.
Yeah.
Right? Some reversals may happen, anything can happen. They might not feel the urge to do. Hearing this, I was recollecting Anil Agrawal, who is such
That's my
a...
younger son. Please bless him, everybody. Hare Krishna. One mantra for
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We need your blessings, all of your blessings. And he got something special. Hriday, can you give me that packet? After doing CA and MBA, I've learned one thing, how to grow tomatoes.
Wow.
So these are for all of you. The 3 packets, please take them home. The organic tomatoes, you can right now put in your mouth and eat. Nothing will happen. You can offer it to Krishna also. Yeah, sorry Harshad, we came in between. Yeah.
I was just...
Can you pass the mic? Everybody has a mic. Just pass the mic.
Loud enough, okay.
No.
When you said this, Prabhuji, that everyone will eventually come up to satsang at some point of their lives, I was thinking of Anil Agrawal. who is such a multi-billionaire, right? There was a recent video, one of the influencers went to her house, Curly Tails. Yeah, I watched that video. All the lavish, all the, he has everything, like, so much money and everything. And recently he lost his son, 49-year-old, and we all know that in this material world, the pain of losing your child, I think, is the worst kind of pain one has. And I think 3-4 days after that incident, he was in that Chapati temple doing the kirtan along with His Holiness Nidhum Swami Maharaj. So I was able to remember that we are trying to chase what he has. Every one of us, in some form or the other, we want to get into that position. All our endeavors are in that direction. But even he can see such kind of reversals in his life, and then ultimately you have to realize that you have to surrender to Krishna only. Like, there are so many things, it's not in your control. You can have all the wealth in your life, but still you can still lose your child. That's how this material world is. So just wanted to share that, Prabhuji. I was just thinking about it.
Thank you. Yeah. Practical example. Yes. There are many other things I was inspired hearing that. And tell one more thing. He was asked a question. It was a pure materialistic interview. But there are so many things he taught just by not speaking. Just by sharing something.
Knowledgeable video, yes.
Huh?
Details video,
Yeah. So one other thing, one person went and asked him. He's the third richest billionaire in entire United Kingdom. Anil Agarwal. From Bihar. Simple person, he went there and he has 50 plus businesses. 50 plus different businesses. And he has a school, he has chain of hotels, he has chain of so many things he has done. He asked, how do you crack these deals and how do you get into these new businesses? How do you take over businesses? How do you work with big businessmen like that? He told, I only do one thing. I bring them to my house and my wife cooks for them and they give the business. Yeah. So it's so true. He was very true. I'm telling you, Matajis, when they cook nicely, with devotion, they offer it to Krishna, and that is served to people in a satsang. Everybody will become devotees, and everything will become favorable. Prasadam is very powerful, Prabhuji. Very, very powerful. I was thinking about it. No satsang can run without husband and wife together. No. It is not possible. And it will not be as effective. Because Matajis represent Lakshmi. Auspiciousness, prosperity, everything is there. Prabhujis will speak something in philosophy. But the love, care comes from Matajis. So the satsang becomes sampurna. Right.
पूजा में भी हस्बैंड वाइफ दोनों को
साथ ही बिठाना कंपल्सरी. Yeah.
और एक कपड़ा सा भी ऊपर से ऐसे डाल देंगे.
Any other reflections? Youngsters here? Mike.
Like you shared about that fear situation, right? So like that I regret by skipping chanting and some days, by skipping lectures on some days. So I will also take that regret by doing, by keeping that in the Krishna service, by not skipping anything.
Very good. I think the most important thing is consistency in everything that we do. Starting something is easy, ending something is most easy. But consistently doing it, in spite of all struggles. And consistency is tested. And it's not tested once, it is tested many, many times. Right? Whether it's bhakti or exercise or work, anything. Consistency. We have to try to be consistent. And mind will never like consistency because mind is the most inconsistent thing. So I should be very determined there. Thank you. Any other reflection?
How to overcome fear?
How to overcome fear?
One which when we go through fear, what we should do? We should pray to Krishna.
First of all, accept that you are fearful. I mean, you have to tell that to yourself, yes, I am fearful right now. Yes, I am fearful right now. Right? And then go to the root of the fear. What is the damage that fear is pointing me towards? What worse can happen? Right? And then pray to Krishna that Krishna, please save me in this situation. And if it is your will, let it happen.
Yes.
And keep telling it to yourself. You know, I told this sometimes in the past. I watch horror movies. I used to watch when I was a young child. Horror movies, Ram Se movies. Bhoot aata hai na? Like that. And because I used to watch horror movies, I was very scared of darkness. How many here are scared of darkness? Okay. So it's there. Many people. I was very scared. So once my parents, they left me in the house, they went to some function. They were supposed to come back by 9 o'clock. I was alone in the house. Maybe 8th grade or something like that. And then Dilsuknagar, I used to stay that time. So I was waiting for them. I literally went and stood outside the house, like, why are they not coming? Why are they not coming? And then I went inside. That time, no mobile phones. Until they come, they come. Right? So then I closed the door. I started sitting and reading something in the hall alone. Current went away. Current went away. Pitch dark. Nothing. No neighbor light also, no this light also, no mobile phone light also. Complete dark. And I know where the candle is. Right? I was touching the wall and going towards that place, trying to light the candle. And then I lit the candle. And then I was sitting there. All kinds of thoughts were coming. Shadows were rising. This side, that side. Ghosts are lit. I was creating ghosts with my imagination. And it went to a point I felt somebody standing beside me. And that somebody is going to kill me now. Yeah, 8th grade class. You can imagine what I was going through. And then what happened? At one point, I got so fearful that I became so courageous. Rara, whatever you do now. I'm ready. Aja, jo karna hai kar le. Kya karega? Kya karega tu? I started shouting at the ghost. If there was a ghost, that ghost ran away. But sometimes when you go to a point where you can't do anything more and you are like, that is also a point of great relaxation. What worse can happen? What worse can you do to me? Right? Take it easy. So fear, ultimately when you take shelter of God, when you know that God is there to help you, at one point it relaxes you. Krishna, you're there now. Take care. Okay, I lost my job. My wife left me. My children are irritated with me. My neighbor never liked me. Right? So my health is gone. Right? Krishna, you take care. I'm done. I'm going to read Bhagavad Gita, teach Bhagavad Gita. Now you do what you want to do. When you pass the ball, when you pass the buck to Krishna, then you become very relaxed. Then you will become like Abhay Charana Aravinda, you become fearless.
That's my takeaway.
Actually, the more you have, the more fearful you will be. That one thing I've learned. The less you have, the more bold you are. King of the road, bolte hain. Who is the king of the road? The one who lives on the road. He is the king of the road. He has nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. Hare Krishna. Yeah, any reflections? I want to know. Yeah, yes ma'am. Yeah, Mike, pass. Reflection.
Being entitled with devotee, usually we find a reason to skip from our dharma. Like you were mentioning all this samskara. So since, okay, I am devotee, so I don't have to do this. Anyways, I am chanting holy name, so I don't have to do. But you were mentioning how you were following samskar, everything that 60 times you. So that actually, like, even though like struggling devotee, because who are pure devotee, for them it might not need it, but at least I'm in that struggling devotee. So for me, the following dharma is very important.
Yes. We should always respect Vedas. We should always respect even karma kanda rituals. If you can do. Otherwise, don't insult them. Just because you are chanting doesn't mean, we'll give away everything else. No. But doing those and thinking that everything good will happen only through them is wrong. Because you should perform the Yuga Dharma. You should perform chanting. Chanting is most important than any other ritual. Hare Krishna. Yes. Any other reflection? Mataji, give the mic to Mataji. Pass on the mic. Yeah, you can just pass it on. You don't have to get it.
We should teach our children and grandchildren to respect all our gurus, all our parents, and respect our elderly people and all our neighbors.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, and a woman by her good behavior and by her good deeds can influences 21 generations.
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Madhuji. Hari Bol. Yes. Yeah. Prabhu, can I say something?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, on fear, something small, very small statement, but it helped me a lot, impacted me a lot. So, you said, Rakhe Krishna, Mare Krishna, Rakhe Koi. So, any time I think of any negative thoughts, what would happen? So, when I remember that, so I can release from that negative emotion and
it takes time. It takes time. It takes time. Remember that, everybody is fearful. And when fear comes, accept that fear. For example, one devotee was there, two devotees were there. One devotee had sudden heart pain. It's a real incident actually. So he was getting a lot of chest pain. Right? He is going to a hospital. Other devotee is driving. And he said, Prabhu, what is he? He's holding like this, he's sweating, and the devotee is preaching for the last 30 years. 30 years. He has a big satsang, many followers. And this other devotee was like, Prabhuji, come on, relax, Prabhuji, what is there? Just take it easy. Krishna is there, no? Rakhe Krishna, Mare Krishna, Prabhuji, relax. Whatever the Krishna is there. Krishna willing, anything Krishna will do. Why are you? He's going on telling. At this one point, this devotee got really angry. He said, Prabhu, I am going through pain right now. It's a practical pain. And I'm scared that I'm going to die. Doesn't mean I should deny that. It's a real feeling. You don't deny that. You are depending on Krishna, but you are also fearful. Both can coexist. At the same time, you are depending on Krishna. Right? When I fell down now, skin tore, blood is coming out, it's very painful. It's painful. I can't deny that pain is not there. Yeah, but I am accepting, okay, Krishna, this is distinct, please help me. You are asking. Both can coexist. But your dependence on Krishna should be the pointed thing. After the whole incident should make you depend on Krishna more. That is the whole aspect of fear. But fear is not something that you should deny. And devotees also become fearful. Nothing wrong in that. But what are they doing with that fear? Are they going and damaging others? Or are they damaging themselves? Many people become fearful, they commit suicide also. Are we doing that? No. We are accepting it as plan of Krishna. We are accepting that Krishna is going to ultimately save us. So many people become fearful. Pandavas became fearful. In spite of Krishna being there, at one point Yudhishthir went to Krishna and he asked, Krishna, this Bhishma is finishing the war today. We are fearful. He is going to finish the war today. God is standing in front of you, you are talking about fear. And what did Krishna tell? Don't worry. I have a plan. Go and ask him how he can be killed. He will tell you the answer. So he guided. So in fear situation, we should go and take guidance. But don't deny the fear. When you are fearful, we are fearful. Yes, we are fearful, but we also depend on God. Anger also like that. Anger is also emotion. We manage anger. There is something called anger removal. Anger management is there. How you should make sure that you don't become angry. Once you become angry, you can't do anything. You become mad. An anger person is one letter away from danger. Right? Remove D, it's anger. So, these are human emotions. Crying is emotion. Prabhu, kyun ro rahe Prabhu? Kya Prabhu? Itna satsang kar. Crying is emotion, Baba, it comes. Cry, no problem. But cry for Krishna. Fearful, anger, anxiety, stress, सब आता है इमोशन से. भगवान के बनाए गए हैं, ऐसा नहीं आ रहा है. These are all created by Krishna, Brahma. If you read Bhagavatam, all these are created. They are emotions that get triggered at the right time. They get triggered. The emotions will come. But out of that emotion, where is Krishna coming out is the success of that emotion. Ultimately, Krishna should come out. For example, my fearful thought or the thought on fear made me go to Mayapur, stand in front of Radha Madhav, got the answer in front of Radha Madhav. That is the result of my fear. So it is auspicious fear. Like that. Don't deny. When you have a problem in relationship, there is a problem. Accept that. First of all, there is a problem. What can I do about it? What is my role in contributing to the problem? And then remember Krishna. Okay, Krishna, you want me to go through this because you want me to become humble and purified. Thank you very much. Then the relationship becomes normal. Thank you. And just extending answer what you were told. Yeah. Fear, what is the definition of fear? Appears real. False evidence appears real. It's false evidence but appears real. So you become fearful. Yeah. Any other question, reflection? Yes, Madhu.
Today reflection, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
So there are two classes of men. One who tries to speculate and one who tries to do devotional service and take up the service. And having prasad is more important and distributing prasad is even more important. Anyone who eats the prasad will not have any other path other than human life at least.
Yes. Very good.
If either one is Krishna conscious or sense consciousness, from the purpose of Prabhupada. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Amsa. Thank you. You reflected on many points. Yes, Madhu, we can start. Yeah, personal experience of fear.
So basically, when I bother or fear of something, I feel like I react in two ways. One way is I feel like, yeah, I am worth of bearing this because Krishna wants to have on this thing. So I just leave everything to Krishna. So just give me, some strength to accept and bear that. That is one way of reacting to what is happening to me. And second way, sometimes at some point I feel like I can't really go beyond this. At that times I feel like I ask Krishna, please remove this thing to me, I can't really bear this. Subconsciously I feel like I am asking something which is something to Krishna which is not to. But today you mentioned that we should take that fear as a medium to pray for Krishna. So that felt me very happy.
You also convinced, same convincing I got.
Prabhu. Like I feel like, okay, this got answered my thing. At least I am using that fear as a medium to reach out to Krishna. That is one thing. And a second thing is Prabhuji is also quoting on that. There are some people, we try to explain them about Krishna or our feelings towards God. But they'll not accept, they always look for some analytical thing or logically they want to have some proof or something like that. So today I realized that in 3.3, like the verse I remember, and in that verse Krishna himself is saying that there are two kinds of people. So some use for logical explanation and some just with some devotional service they understand and go in that path. And thirdly, you said one thing, Prabhu. When you do something with compassion, genuinity, and love, it truly touches the heart.
Yeah.
So these are the three things that I feel very happy.
Thank you. I'm very grateful. Some of you heard my class today, or rather, some things I spoke are worthwhile today. Yes. Yes, Madhu. I give the mic to her. What is the time? 11:10, Barbara, you have to stop. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Madhu.
You shared one thing like women should be, if woman is spoiled, 21 generations will spoil, like that you told, no? I have a fear like I should not spoil and I should not spoil my 21 generations and everyone, the women who are sitting here, I am pleasing to Krishna that no one should spoil and by themselves, like they should not spoil and they should not spoil their 21 generations, and Krishna should bless us like in such a way that we should go in a right way, and Guru Maharaj also should bless us to go in a good way and to please Krishna, to serve Krishna eternally. And one thing we should learn, like whenever we follow only, and like whenever we give a live example only, people will follow. So we have to follow in such a way that people will see us and they will also follow. So we should be in such a way like that, and we should be inspiration to others to come into Krishna consciousness and to understand about God and what He is telling us we should understand. And there is a sloka in Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, I don't know, but I learned so many times. Yare deka Tare Krishna Kaha Krishna Upadesh. Like wherever we go, whomever we see, to whomever we talk, we have to give the Krishna Upadesh. Like in Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, whatever the instructions we got from Srimad Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita, we have to give to others, so that they will also get the knowledge of Krishna and they will come to Krishna consciousness, they will know the reality of human life and they will get liberated from this material body. So, and we should not be proud that we are giving that knowledge to them. We should feel proud, happy that they are getting the Krishna's mercy and they are also following the Krishna's instructions and all. We should be feel happy in such a way. We should not be feel like we are giving the knowledge or we are sharing the knowledge like that. We should not feel proud. That is the thing I learned today. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. She's a great preacher, huh? Yeah, and I can tell you her children will be Pakka devotees. Whenever she marries, she'll have Pakka devotees. Yeah, I mean this is, thank you Mataji, Hare Krishna. So nicely you shared, Hari Bol. Yeah, final reflection, anybody behind? Okay, so there is Bhumi Puja at the temple coming up, 8th of March. So please block the date, 8th of March, on the main land that we got, 2 acres of land here. We are starting the Bhumi Puja. So I request everybody to come that day. And next week I'm going to bring invitations, printed invitations. 3 kinds of invitations: VVVVIP invitations, VIP invitations, donor invitations, and guest invitations. So I confused already. So VVVVIP are people who are very influential in society, like celebrities or politicians or anybody. If you are in direct touch with anybody so big, please let me know. We will go personally and invite them. Why? Yad acharati shreshtas tattatya visaruna. Even though they may not be devotees, they'll become devotees. And if they become devotees, the entire state will become devotees. That is the idea. VVVIPs. Next is VIPs. VIPs is at your level, like some, like a businessman or somebody who is in a good position in an office, like that. You can give the VIP invitation to them. We will give you. And next week, you can message me, that I have such people, please. And remember, you're only connecting them to Krishna, not for money. You're just connecting them to Krishna. Rest is between them and Krishna. Third is donors. Anybody who has donated to the temple, there is a brochure, there is a scanner code, IVCC. You can go to ISKCON Cyberabad website. Through there you donate. Anybody who has donated and enter their address, you will get an invitation card to your home. It's already being posted. So you don't need to carry an invitation yourself. You will get your invitation. Anybody who has donated any amount, 5,000, 5 lakhs, 50 lakhs, it doesn't matter. Even 1,000 rupees. Right? That is, and the fourth one is guests. So you can message me how many guests are you want to invite. Your colleagues, your neighbors whom you want them to connect, you can give them. So they all will get an entry pass and invitation. According to their entry pass, they will get a return gift also. VVIP return gift is different, VIP return gift is different, donor return gift is different, guest return gift is different. So all these things we'll be doing. I'll send a link in the group in which you can start entering how many guests you are going to invite, how many VVIPs if you know you are going to invite, and who are they, and who are the VIPs, important people, and you yourself. And anybody who wants to still participate in the donation, I had some forms, I'll bring it next week also. There are many ways you can donate. Become part of this project. Do something for Krishna. You built a lot of houses for yourself. Build one house for Krishna before you go. So you all can do. And I'm very grateful to families who come forward. There is one beautiful scheme. I'll just tell that and leave it. There is a scheme where you can contribute for the deity of Krishna. And the deity of Krishna is not just the deity, it's the temple, Gopuram, everything around the deity. Radha and Krishna deities. There is a sponsorship scheme going on. So what is the scheme is, before this 1st of March, if you can give 1 lakh, you become part of that scheme. And another 4 years, you have to give 1 lakh. 5 lakhs you can give now, or you can give each year also, right? So by doing so, what we are trying to do is, we'll give you 2 bricks. So one, you will participate in the Yajna of Bhumi Puja. You will actually sit with your family and we will be part of the Bhumi Puja, the establishing Sankarshana, everything that will happen, Shankusthapana, everything, you will be part of it. And you will be given 2 bricks. On that brick, you can write your name, your parents' name, 2 names you can write, your parents, mother and father name, or your name and your wife's name, and a Gotram you can write, it will be printed on the brick. 1 brick you will keep it on that day, 8th of March, you will actually keep it on that day, on which the temple will be built, on which the Garbha Gudi is going to be built, right? From there the pillars will start and ultimately Radha Krishna will stand on that. And another brick you will take it to your home until the Vigrahas will come. So they might come in 2 years, 3 years. It takes time, to build the temple. When the actual deities will come, on that day you will again take this brick. Where will you keep that brick? You will keep in your altar. In your house, in your altar, you will keep that brick. 3 years or 2 years you will worship, saying, please appear soon so I can go and keep this brick. On that day, final day, when the temple is opening, the deities are coming, that day you keep the brick in your head, walk from your house to the temple and keep it in underneath Krishna. That now you stand on this brick, my contribution in this human life is done. I have done my what best I can, right? So this is a great opportunity. Deity sponsorship scheme, something that His Holiness Bhakti Padma Saurabh Pracharak Maharaj, who is a guide for this project, he has come up with, he said, let 500 people contribute for this. Already 250 people have contributed. Another 250 are happening as we say. So you can also be part of it. 1 lakh by this 1st of March and remaining 4 lakhs by in the next 4 years. Right? You can keep contributing. And if you are interested, next week, message me. Just send me a message if you are interested. Next week I'll bring the forms. You can fill them and you can have the bricks imprinted. Hare Krishna. And there are many Goshala, Yajnashala, Annadanashala, the whole temple, so many things. We all have to build the temple. We all have to build it because Krishna wants it like that. Krishna doesn't want some government which Ambani to come and give 100 crores and say, build it now. No, he wants every devotee to do something. Small, big, doesn't matter. No? Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for attending the class. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad Gita Grantha ki Jai. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Hiranyakashi Purvakshah Ito Narsimho Parato Narsimho Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimho Bahir Narsimho Hridaye Narsimho Narasimhamadhim Sharanam Prapadye Tabakara Kamala Barenaka Madhuta Shringa Kalita Hiranyakashipo Kanundinga Keshavadhuta Narari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Avakara Kamala Barenaka Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Kanundinga Keshavadhuta Narari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Narasimha Dev Narasimha Dev Narasimha Dev Jaya Narasimha Dev Narasimha Dev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya प्रहलाद महाराज जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल भक्त विघ्नाश नरसिंहदेव भगवान की भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की इसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की श्रील गुरुदेव की यदाई गौर हरि प्रेमानंद महाप्रसादे गोविंदे नाम ब्राह्मणे वैष्णवे स्वल्प पुण्य व्रतन राजन विश्वासो नैव जायते शरीरः विद्याजाल जेडेन्द्रिय त्राहे काल जीवे फैले विषय सागरे तारा मध्य जीवयति लोभमाय सुदुर्मति ताके जेटा कठिन संसारे कृष्ण बड़ा दयामय कोरी वारे जीवा जाए सह प्रसाद न दिलो भाई श्री अमृत पाओ श्री राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ प्रेमेड़ा को चैतन्य निताय जय निमाय जय निताय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्री श्री राधा माधव जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माय निताय गौरांग श्रील प्रभुपाद प्रसादम की ऑल assembled devotees की जय गौर प्रेमानंद down Hare Krishna, please accept your shalom.